Like, what are you?
I'm definitely more a hitman. I was going towards the route of mercenary and decided the direct route was a little too much and decided to be a little more sneaky
Okay, so
and
you're like
stabby
you're like a
stabby.
hitman, sort of like. Are you like Agent 47 style hitman, or are you more like Boondock Saints kind of hitman?
Uh, Slightly more Agent 47, but kind of somewhere in the middle.
Okay, so maybe you're what are you dressed in? Are you like in a suit, or are you just like street clothes, or kind of
It,
describe your character is what I'm asking you to do.
I am dressed as in typical civilian clothing, but underneath, I'm basically wearing a full body glove. So when I'm going on missions, I can strip out of these common clothes and just kind of sneak around in my full body glove.
Okay. Yeah, so you're on this planet and you decide that you want to buy a ship and you want to become private hitman for hire, right? Um, you go into the basically like a sales lot, and a guy comes up to you and he sort of greets you and he says, sir, I see you're looking for a ship. It's a great day to buy a ship, sir. Absolutely. Yes, Tactical Mankini. Thank you. It's a great day to buy a ship. You definitely look like the kind of person who wants to buy a nice ship. What are you looking for, sir?
I'm looking for something a little. Well, does it have a cloaking device? Maybe a
Oh,
couple.
oh, sir, this is just a we're not this isn't Earth, sir. I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint you. We don't have any cloaking devices here, but I can show you this really wonderful. It's a great ship. It is a Brandy class ship. It's called the Jack Rose. It's really beautiful. And he kind of gestures over, and you see this ship. It's a fair, really good size. It's a free merchant class. You recognize that, and it looks like it's probably about the size of maybe it's like 150 meters long. It's got about 4 or 5 decks on it. It's a big ship, and he says, "This is a great ship, sir. It comes with a wonderful spike drive, spike level 1, really great, simple drive. Gets the job done. It's that old reliable sort of spike drive, and this is sort of like it's like a used car basically. It's not a great thing. He invites you to come onto the ship and check it out. What do you do?
I follow him.
All right, so he walks onto the back of the ship, and there's like a cargo loading area. It sort of drops down. If you think like the Firefly, where it just drops down the back, and you walk in this big cargo area. It's about maybe the size of a football field and a half. It's much bigger than the Fireflies because they made it small for TV. We aren't. So it's a really big cargo hold. And he goes, in here you have plenty of space to do any shipping you need to do. I'm not going to judge what kind of shipping it is, of course. That's not my role. Over here, we have a nice storage management area. There's some dealing with the winches, and he sort of shows you a big panel of buttons. What's your score in astronautics?
Probably -1.
Go ahead and make an astronautics roll.
It says I figure out where astronautics is.
It is tech astronautic. It's about halfway down the skills page. Go
There it is.
ahead and make one.
Uh, what attribute is that? I would assume
You can
wisdom.
do your intelligence. So intelligence is like knowledge of stuff.
Oh, this is
Wisdom
gonna go
is
great.
like ability to perceive something. So
It,
it's like
my int's a 7, guys. This is gonna go great.
yeah. So you look at it, you see this big wide thing of shiny buttons. You're like, wow, this is really great. And he shows you around the ship. There are a bunch. He shows you through all the holds. He shows you the mess hall. He shows you the engine room, which is really pretty impressive looking to you. And he takes you up to the bridge, and it's a really nice sort of wide area. It's probably maybe 30 meters across, maybe 20 meters long. So it's a nice big area. You could definitely fit a lot of people. Shows you the various panels. It's all very nice, but I mean, it's a ship. And he looks at you and he goes, "Now, how many people you're looking to support on this ship?"
Probably about 4 or 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, so he's like, yeah, definitely. This can definitely support up to 6 people. You have total life support for 360 person days. That's great. So if it's just you, you're good for a year. You don't have to even reload for a year. With 5 people, it's going to take a little longer, but I think, yeah, you're gonna like this a lot. It's really, really cost. The cost is not too much, and I need to fix this because the cost isn't calculating correctly. Shit.
Oh, you're doing this in Dropbox, aren't you?
No, I'm not doing it in Dropbox.
Does it have a mahogany table?
I don't know. Do a perception check, Tim.
Are we together? by the way?
No,
Like,
it's
are we
just
hanging out?
it's just Lorne right now. He hasn't found you guys yet. Well, actually, I don't know. Lorne, would you go looking for potential crewmates before buying the ship?
Probably.
Okay, so
By the way, I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is really bothering me. These little squares with all of us are fucking huge. Can you turn them smaller in this roll
Yes, you turn at the bottom
Yeah.
of the screen.
Yes. Oh my
Click
god.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
top right, click the gear icon.
Yep.
Scroll all
And
the way down where you see
Oh.
player avatar size. You can
Thank
hit name
God.
only.
Thank you.
yeah. Yeah, so if you want to go find, so I did kind of jump out of order. I didn't ask, and it'll give you some time to fix this sheet. If you want to go find other people first, that's totally fine. You can definitely do that. So who would you? Let's see. Who would you go looking for first? Who are you putting out like you put an ad in Space Craigslist basically in Space List, and you're saying what do you say in that ad?
looking for crewmates for ship to attend missions. Need navigator / pilot. Need accountant. Need maintainer.
Yeah, this is
Please apply within. And I
And you
give
put
them
your
my
space. Yeah, like
my
your
space cell phone.
Yeah, space cell phone. Your space phone. Yeah, so you guys all are reading your space news. It comes through a site called The Exchange. There's this organization called The Exchange, which sort of manages news and like telecommunications. It's this big conglomerate across the sector that it's always been there. It's sort of the perfectly neutral faction. They comment on events, but they never participate. Everybody, they're sort of above reproach. They do all the banking in the sector. They're very, at least all the major banking in the sector. They're very neutral, and that's their virtue, right? Like, so everybody trusts them because they are totally neutral all the time. So yeah, you guys run into them, or you guys see this on Space Craigslist, Space List. What do which one of you responds to that immediately? Like, someone speak up. I just need someone to pick themselves.
I'll respond on that.
Okay, so what's your character's name?
Tacitus.
Tacitus. Nice. Yeah, so Tacitus, so Lauren, you get a call from this guy Tacitus. What do you say when you call him up, or send him back an email or whatever?
I respond with, sure, come out for an interview, all that fun stuff. Be sure to bring a ship if you have it available so you can demonstrate your navigation skills.
Well, so maybe you probably wouldn't bring a ship. You probably just ask him to plot some navigation courses.
Is there a simulator nearby? You can.
Yeah, there's like you
your skills
probably you go down to local university,
The arcade.
Work
Yeah,
in
you
my
go to
fucking
the,
Fly
exactly.
space.
No, exactly. You go to the arcade and make him play Galaga for like 6
love that.
hours. And yeah, so you guys have this interview. Obviously he succeeds, otherwise we don't have a game. So you decide to hire him, and now you two guys are together. Do you keep looking for more crewmates, or are you kind of like?
I keep looking.
Okay, so which one of you wants to join in next?
I also update said ad to say,
Yeah,
we'll
you
include-
update the ad.
well, same thing as
You could just bump
before.
into.
Recruit people who are accepted will also receive space brownies.
People are space brownies.
brownies?
Nice. Space brownies, huh? Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think you get a visit from the local police agency, and you hear this knock on. Are you? You gotta be like staying in like a hotel, basically. Do you live here?
No, I'm staying at a hotel.
Yeah, so you're on a hotel. You probably caught a ride here. You've been running around doing some mercenary work or something, and you get a knock on your hotel door, and it's thump, thump, thump.
Hello?
Yeah, we had yeah. So exactly. So we saw you placed an ad for something about, and he knocks down the aviator sunglasses that he's wearing. He's in a blue suit. He's got a badge on, las pistol at his side, and he goes, "We're going to need to see these space brownies, sir. I would have you know, anything illegal on Xandu will be met with some pretty harsh punishment." And yeah, so and he hears this knock, and you see this other person step out of their hotel room and like Infest. What's your character's name?
I don't have one yet because I'm not
Okay,
creative.
so I'm just going to call you Infest for the moment. And yeah, so you see this guy come out. Do you want me to just give you a name? I can generate one.
No, I want to come up with it. I
Okay.
don't want to do it on the fly if I can help it.
That's fine.
I wanna think about it.
So we're just going to call you Infest for the
Forgot
moment.
to
I'm going to
think about
send you a link in case you need some inspiration. That's a
I
great
was
name
looking for
generator.
that. Thanks.
Yeah, it's a great name generator. It's got everything. So I sent that to you on Steam.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So holy crap, your con is a 17. Jesus.
Mine?
You are no Infest. So yeah, you hear this person come out and just like holler, keep it down out there, and Infest, what do you do?
I would have heard the knock on the door and opened mine to see what's going on.
Yeah, so you see the same picture, and the officer looks over at the guy who just screamed and doesn't see you. And you see this officer talking to someone behind the door in the hotel room next to yours.
I'll ask what's going on.
The officer says, nothing's going on, citizen. Just return to your room. There's nothing to see here. Just a man with some illicit drugs.
Well,
That's
that's not
not
going to
been
get me very
proven yet.
interested.
Yeah, so and he kind of catches himself as he says, he's like, oh, no, it's fine. So I just go back to your hotel room, sir, and he puts his hand like on his side and he's looking at you and like pointing very pointedly. What do you guys do?
I mean, I was just making some sweets. Would you like to try some, guys? I just kind of point behind me back to my kitchen.
And as soon as you like sort of turn, he like the cop is like he's like freaking out a little bit, and he steps back and he's like, sir, I'm gonna need you to sit down. Put your hands behind your head, sir. Put your hands behind your head. On the ground, and he's like looking really scared. And he's looking at the brownies, he's looking at you, and he realizes what's going on, and he's like, sir, what's in the brownies, sir? Sir?
Space chocolate? Here, and I just kind of reach out down and grab one and start eating it.
I think that he looks at you, he's like, and he kind of like calms down a little bit. He kind of collects himself, and he grabs on his shoulder and clicks on the thing, and he goes, yeah, we got a 5793 61-4 copy. And you hear some like indecipherable noise coming from his comm badge. He goes, sir, I'm going to need to have one of those brownies.
Sure, have at it. I just kind of point the plate towards him.
And I'm going to need you to hand me one of those brownies, sir. Sir. Hand me one of the brownies, sir.
Okay. And I pick up a brownie and kind of hold it out for him to grab.
All right. So he takes the brownie and he says, stay right there, sir. Don't move a muscle. And he walks over to you, Infest, and he says, sir, I'm going to need you to, I'm deputizing you, sir. I'm going to need you to eat this brownie.
Like, well, if
Eat
you're
the brownie,
trying to,
sir. Eat the
if you're
brownie.
trying to determine if there's substance inside, I may have some equipment that can check that.
Sir, eat the brownie, sir. Sir, are you resisting?
Fascist.
Are you resisting, sir?
I'd slam my door in his face and call him a fascist pig.
He
Shove a brownie in my
like
face.
he kind of like looks at the door, gets
I have
he's a little
rights.
dejected. He's
I
a little
have rights.
dejected. And he just like politely knocks on the door. And do you open it?
I'll open the door.
Yeah, and so I feel like you open it
Slightly.
kind of slowly, and he just looks a little sheepish. He's like, listen, I've only been on the job for like 2 weeks. I just need some help here, okay? Can you tell me if there are drugs in this brownie? Like, my boss sent me down. Listen, just give me a hand, okay?
Sure, I'll take a bite of the brownie.
So you take it, nothing happens. There were no drugs in the brownie. Right, Lauren?
Right. It's just space chocolate. And
Just space. It's a delicious brownie. I don't think there's no, do you have profession cooking?
No, I don't.
It would have been great if you had profession cooking, but yeah, so I'm not going to make you make a check for it, but yeah.
It's from a box of Space Betty Crocker. What do you expect?
Space. Exactly. So it's a delicious brownie. There are no deleterious effects. The police officer looks at you and goes, he sort of like tilts down his glasses. He says, all right, you have a nice day. And he looks over at you, Lauren, and he goes, you No drugs in the space brownies. And he walks down the hall. Some other guy, like the guy on the other side who came out, was like, keep it down. Sort of looks at him and sort of like makes a fake spitting sound at the ground. And the police officer just tases him casually as he walks by and then walks out. But yeah, so now you guys are sort of like out in the hall a little bit. Maybe you see each other. You just ate his brownie, Infest. What do you do?
I'd introduce myself as someone with no name at the moment.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Juan. Do you like my brownie?
Nice to meet you. It could taste better.
Yeah.
You're missing some key ingredients in there.
Yeah, I'm probably missing a little bit of that peanut butter.
Space brownies, man. Fucking
Space peanut
space
butter.
brownies. Space peanut butter. Everything is space.
We get it. You're from space.
Did I overhear you looking for a crew for a ship?
I am.
I happen to be traveling myself. Do you need a science officer?
I actually do. And I kind of take them in and we begin an interview.
So he just sort of gestures you in. You guys, the camera sort of fades out on that. And now I think all three of you are together, and let's figure out how you meet Butch, a.k.a. Patrick Dolan. So, Patrick, what do you do in your spare time on Zandua? And why are you here? Are you even from Zandua?
No, I have no home world.
So you're a spacer. Awesome.
I'm
So yeah.
Spacer.
So maybe you end up on Zandua just because that's where your last gig was. I mean, you're like an expert. You do some stuff. You do some computer crap, and
Stuck looking for a way off the shithole.
yeah. So you're like hanging around. Maybe you see the space Craigslist ad. But like, where do you hang out? Like, where do spacers hang out on Zandua?
I would be hanging out in back alleys.
Yeah. So you're sort of
Shadily.
you're like in the shady parts of town. You're like looking for like the underworld, the underbelly, if you will. Yeah, your background is adventure. Okay, yeah. So, do you have a culture criminal? Yeah, you do.
I do.
Go ahead and make a roll on culture criminal. Let's see who you're hanging out with and whether they like you.
What's the attribute for that?
We're gonna say this is charisma.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's charisma. Yeah, because you're like, this is you socializing with people, so it's charisma. Yeah, so you are actually in a bit of a situation. So it turns out you were participating in a back alley game of dice, maybe like craps or something. And it turns out that the people who you were playing with found out that you tried to switch out the dice on them for loaded dice. And somebody tested it, and it came up 7 3 times in a row. The sad fact is you didn't actually switch the dice. He just got lucky. So you're in a bit of a pickle. And this, sort of large guy, let me pull up my name generator and tell you what his name is. This large guy who's, 6'2", weighs, 230 pounds or so. He's a big guy. His name is... I don't pick a good name. I'm just going to go with... it's going to be a German guy. His name is Tobias, and you only know him as Tobias. And, you just introduce yourself sort of before you joined in the game. And he's like this big German guy, and he's coming at you. He's like, "You are trying to cheat me."
Oh, hey, no, hey, no, man, no, just let me roll the dice.
You are trying to cheat me. I roll the dice, it comes up 7 3 times.
Hey, sometimes you just get lucky, man. Just let me roll them again. Come on. What do you say?
I think I will roll you.
Come
You're
on.
trying to cheat me.
No, I've been using those dice all day.
Roll. I know. I've been losing all day. Strange coincidence, huh?
Yeah, but you just rolled 3 7s. It's
so,
fine.
Can the other 3 of you roll a perception check? And you can roll that against your wisdom.
Walk me through as a noob again.
So on your character sheet, if you go down to perception, it's the second one down in your skills.
From the top on the
There's
right.
a little button. Yep, there's a little button
And
there.
it's wisdom?
It's wisdom.
I rolled the wrong one.
Is it the same?
Assisted, you do 0,
uh,
I guess?
Yeah, just 0. I hear the things going. Yeah, so Infest, you with bat vision or some shit, you like see this happening, right? Like you just know what's going on. You hear these two people. You identify one of them as being 6'2" and 230 pounds. The other one is somewhat shorter.
Maybe
I don't.
sense it. I have telepathy.
Yeah, exactly. You sense it, and you sense the panic in Patrick's mind, along with some other confused thoughts that you can't quite make out. And you sense the anger in the mind of this German, and it's a particular kind of anger that you know is German. Like it's German anger. It's not like French anger, which is different. And so you know around this corner something's about to go down. Someone's about to get hurt. What do you do? And you're with all the other three guys, or the other two guys here.
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Yeah. So, you detect that there's something about to go down. This angry German guy and this other person. You're with Lorne and Tacitus. What do you do? Because you're the only person who recognizes this is going on.
Let them know that I don't want to speak out. Hey, I think I hear something or sense something nearby. Some kind of altercation is going on here. Do we need to check that out, maybe?
Yeah, maybe we can calm them down with some of these brownies. I just walk in.
Yeah, calm them down.
Oh man, so many brownies. It's gonna make him nice and chill, man. He's just gonna be like, hey, let's relax, okay? So you come around the corner of this alley and you see there's this really big guy who's obviously kind of German. He's bulky. Patrick, what's your character look like?
Pretty scrawny, pretty short, a little gangly, messy
sort of-
hair.
Yeah, so you see this other, much shorter guy, and he's like getting backed down into like a wall by this big German dude. And yeah, this guy looks mean, and you're in a bad part of town. I don't know why you're there. Maybe you were just walking through or something, looking, maybe you just finished another interview that didn't go so well for something, muscle or something. And like you see this guy getting backed down, and you see this other thing going on, and you all three see it. What do you guys do?
I walk up like, hey guys, what's going on? First, let's calm down. Now, second, have a brownie.
I don't want to calm down. I want to beat the crap out of this guy. He's been stealing from me.
Before
I haven't stealing anything, man. I'm hungry. I just want to make a couple bucks.
Before,
Yeah, you've been hungry, so you've been cheesing.
Before you go and beat him up, have a brownie. And I just hand him a brownie.
And I think he looks at you like just incredulous. Can you make a persuade check against your charisma?
Damn it.
Yeah. He looks at you and he just like bats the brownie away and is like, I don't want a fucking brownie. I want fucking money. This guy's been stealing from me all day.
Dude, that wasn't cool. I spent all afternoon making those brownies. What the frick?
I don't want... Tell this guy to give me my money.
Are my brownies not good enough for you? Is that the problem?
You're damn right that's the problem. I want my goddamn money.
And I want my goddamn brownie to not be on the fucking ground. What the fuck, dude?
Okay, let's keep the peace, guys. Let me walk up and pick these brownies up for you. Maybe try to step between them.
Okay, so yeah, you get in between them, and maybe you're like pushing them back a little bit, and they're kind of like pushing at each other a little, just kind of being gruff. What do you say to him to try to back him off here?
I pick up the brownies and give them back to him and tell him, "Here's your brownies. Can you back off for a sec?" And I turn to the guy and ask him to calm down. The
brownies are fucking dirty. There's dirt all over them. These aren't any good anymore. Fuck that.
No, they're not. They're not, and that's sad. But you can make new ones later, right?
Maybe, but still, this guy needs to get his ass handed to him because he fucked with my brownies.
God damn.
Do not fuck with my space brownies.
Hang on one second. I'm punching in some numbers here so I have the right price or something. So this guy is like, fuck. Fine, just get out of here. I don't want you here anymore. And he like pushes Patrick, just pushes him aside. Just sort of stumble a few feet, and land on your ass kind of thing. And there are these other three guys around. They're kind of like in between you and the German guy. And the German guy's just like, "Pah." He says something in German, and starts to walk off. Yeah, so this guy's on the ground now. What do you three do when you see this guy? Sort of gangly, nerdy looking dude.
Before I look at him, I kind of yell at the guy walking away. Yeah, that's right, you freaking turd. You walk away from because you tore up my brownies. You know you fucking lose. And then I just turn to.
I think he
Patrick.
looks around. He looks around and just turns around and he like cocks his head and he's like, and he says something in German. None of you speak German, right? You should all
No.
you should all pick a language that you speak and just put that down somewhere. Maybe
I
on
have a
your
German
phone.
surname now, so I just picked my name.
Yeah, so maybe you speak German, so you know that they. Well, I don't know if you want to speak German, but you can all pick a language, just like a common Earth language, and put that next to your homeworld. So space or French or whatever, and that's
This
the
is-
language that you speak.
This is
In
on
addition
top
to
of.
English.
Okay, cool.
Top of English, yes.
I would not be fluent. No.
Okay, well, you don't have to be fluent. You can put it at whatever you want. So maybe you catch that he's saying something nasty, but you don't know exactly what.
Can I pick English chav?
Yes, absolutely.
God.
You speak like a rhyming slang.
Well,
kind
everybody
of thing.
speaks English from what I was reading. So.
Yes, English is like common. Everybody speaks it, but you also get another thing. But if you want to speak like a rhyming language or like some language that wouldn't be normally spoken, Ziggy Mindfuck PhD. Thank you. That's going to be great. Oh man. But yeah, if you want to put that down, I speak German too or whatever, totally fine. You basically you'll speak the language of your home world, unless you're a spacer, in which case you just speak a language. So when we get to that home world, I'll have to look and make sure that they're speaking the right language. But yeah, so he's showing 50,000. Okay. Okay, total free mass.
Undraw shapes on this stupid map.
Um,
Can't figure that out.
That's
Yeah.
locked. You're not going to be able to. The only really tool you have access to is the ruler, and then if we're in a map where we'll have icons
I
out,
drew
you'll
a
be able
shape.
to move your icon.
Then I couldn't move the shape. So.
yeah, so I deleted both of those shapes. It's hard to grab them unless you have a fill on it. So set the
I
the
grabbed them,
fills.
but I didn't see an option to delete those. That's what I'm saying. It's weird.
You just hit the delete key. That deletes
oh,
it.
pff, duh. Nice.
So yeah, so there's this guy on the ground. The German guy is walking off. He's pissed. He's picked up his game and he's leaving. You didn't earn any money. He took it with him, Patrick. So no dice. But yeah, you're on the ground. There's the other three guys standing around. One guy's got like a tray of brownies for some reason. One guy looks smarter than the rest. And then there's this other guy who hasn't really spoken yet. What do you do?
Thanks for coming. That guy was going to kick my ass. I didn't even fucking do anything. Dude, hand me one of those brownies. I haven't eaten in 3 days. I'm so fucking hungry. I don't care. There's dirt.
You got it. I just hand him the tray.
Just fucking start eating them.
You know those are dirty, right? They were on the
I
floor.
don't even give a shit.
Yeah, so you're in there crashing into the brownies now. Lauren, you hear that this guy is out of a job, hasn't eaten in 3 days. He's now eating all of your brownies with some degree of gusto. What do you do?
So, what kind of skills you got, boy?
I have whatever. Who are you? What are you asking? What do you want?
Oh, I'm Lauren. I'm looking for people to help run a ship I'm buying.
You getting off this rock?
Yeah, I gotta go to a couple new jobs. This place is bare for work.
Fucking fantastic. Yeah. I'll go with you guys. I'm pretty handy with a computer, and some money. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Alright.
Say no more.
With that being said, why don't we go and, once you finish devouring the rest of those brownies, why don't we go test some of those computer skills, why don't we?
Yeah, so I think the camera is sort of like back and looking down the alley towards the road that it branches off of. You see some people moving in the background. And Lauren, you reach down to help him up. And you're like, yeah, and then there's some music that plays. Then we see the credits for the show roll. And we move on. The next scene we come to is you back at the. This has all been like a flashback from when you stepped onto the Jack Rose that the guy was showing you. The other guys are sort of following up behind, and they're stepping onto the ship, looking around. And the salesman's like, "Yes, this is wonderful, isn't it great? The beautiful, beautiful ship here. All the panels are inlaid with the finest wood, and you look at it, and you don't know what kind of wood it is, but it is very pretty wood." And he shows you around to like sort of the ready room and the various parts of the ship that you can use for meetings and other sorts of things, entertaining, that kind of thing. It's like buying a house. He says, "Now this right here, this is a fine ship, sir. It is used, I have to say, but it was only used by one person. He'd made one trip to Asa once a month, came right back, no big deal. Only drove it on Sundays, you know what I mean? It's going to be $850,000 now. I know that's a lot, but we have good financing plans. Sir, are you interested? Do you want to buy this right now, or do you need to see the others? I think you want to buy this one, don't you?
I'm interested. What else comes with this beyond what you've shown me?
Well, sir, it's fully fitted for atmospheric flight. It's got fuel scoops and this is my addition. I drove this change, sir. I added some fuel bunkers. There are 2. You can make up to 3 jumps in this guy. You can get halfway. Well, I wouldn't recommend it, but you can get halfway through the neutral zone. No problem at all. Sir, this is a fine ship. Now, I do have 2 others on the lot. One's, maybe a little smaller, maybe not quite what you're looking for. It's a yacht refitted for, commercial use, and I do have a runabout. But I think this is really the one you're looking for.
Another question. Does it come with automated pooper scoopers?
And he just sort of like cocks his head at you and looks around to the other 3 of you, who I assume are kind of flying around, like not flying around, but like looking around and checking into stuff as well. And he like looks around at you and he goes, it is fully fitted with the state-of-the-art bathroom facilities, sir. I think that that should be sufficient, right?
Well, that's enough. Sure, we'll take it.
Well, okay. So I do want to tell you, out of character, there are 2 other ships. You can choose between them.
I did see the other 3 or the other 2 in the
Okay.
tab on the sheet.
I'm gonna time out that discussion though. Why are you asking for pooper scoopers? Do you poop on the ground?
So yeah, maybe you asked that like because you guys have probably been together for a week at this point, so you all kind of know each other a little bit, but you don't really you don't have a deep knowledge of each other. You just know the highlights. He also hasn't told you about any of the other stuff on the ship, so I just want to make sure you get a good look. Also, I don't think anybody else has the ship sheet, so they can't see this stuff. So you might want to tell them and get their input.
Fair enough. And out of character, since you're asking, Butch, this is in case we get a space dog and it isn't trained. The ship will pick up after itself.
If you say that in character, he might respond and be like, "Oh, space dogs! I love space dogs. I have, and he lists off some breed, and starts talking to you about that as well.
The reason I did add a character was, didn't you ask add a character, Butch?
No, I was asking in character.
Oh, well, Patrick, that's just in case we decide to get a space dog.
Space dogs! I love space dogs. Oh, let me tell you about it. And he starts telling you this story about this one time where his dog did this silly thing. He was back at home on his home planet, and he was at his house, and he did this stupid thing, and wasn't that great? Don't you think I'm relatable? Please buy my ship. And yeah, he says, well, let me show you, sir. Let me show you around the other 2 ships. I would feel terrible if you bought this ship sight unseen of the other 2. The 2 out there are great. Like I said, one's a little smaller, but it's got its own little nice features to it as well. Let me go show you this next one. It's called the Boilermaker. Now, it's a Corvette, which is a kind of yacht, if you didn't know. It's like a military yacht. And he's like sort of pulling you off the ship. Can you all make a perception test against your wisdom? Yeah, so Infest, or I'm sorry, Dr. Ziggy, Dr. Mindfuck. Mindfuck?
Fuck.
I don't know. fuck. Mind fuck. Okay.
That's the point.
God damn it.
Psychic.
God
telepathy.
damn it. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. I also hate it because I'm going to have to say it a lot.
I'll come up with a nickname and put it in quotes in between.
So Dr. Ziggy, I'm just going to call you Dr. Ziggy because I think that's fine. You're on the deck. As you're walking out, the salesman is still talking to Lorne, and you notice that there's a wallet on the ground. What do you do?
Pick it up. Try to pick it up.
So you pick it up, and it's a normal-looking wallet. When you look inside, there's a little cred stick, and the cred sticks are like little USB sticks. Basically, they have a little display that shows how much money is on it at any given time. Let me do 1, 2, 6 times. So it's got 600 credits on it. There's an ID in it. It says some guy's name. You can't quite make it out. But yeah, it's a wallet with like 600 credits in it.
Any identification?
Yeah, there's the name on the ID is Gurmund Grau.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah.
I'd probably check with the rest of the people and see if we should we try to turn it into the local authorities, or are we hard up for cash here?
Yeah. So do you tell the salesperson or just the other crewmates?
The crewmates. At least the guy that I met with the brownies.
Yes, you've met everybody by now. You've met everybody. This is like maybe a week after all, like the last thing was happened.
Okay, all right.
So you guys probably know each other casually. Like, you're going to be coworkers, but not like best friends.
Well, hey guys, found this wallet. It's got some money in it. What do you think we should do?
Buy supplies for more space brownies.
You really want to get in trouble with the police again?
They don't.
I'm gonna
seem
go
to
ahead
pick
and
it up,
throw
did they?
second the vote for no
There's no-
cops.
Oh, come on. I was just going to get some space Swedish chocolate this time instead of the space Belgian chocolate I used last time.
I'm
Does
also
anyone
gonna
know if I
second
could
the vote
transfer
for
these
space
credits among
brownies.
our accounts, or would that get us into hot water here?
So just by being in the world, you know that it's totally trivial to transfer credits without any trace. I mean, this is like having cash.
I could take.
I'd say we keep it. I could divvy it up with you guys.
I
do you
shan't
say?
take part in this illicitly obtained credits.
And more credits to buy more space chocolate then.
Fucking brownies. Brownie fun.
I'd split it with the three of us that want it.
Okay, so Tacitus didn't want any.
I'm gonna give my fund
correct.
up to Lauren for more brownies.
Okay. So you can split that up however you like, but
Need to add a goal.
All right, I would give. I'll keep 200 and give these other two guys 200.
okay. Yeah, so you guys can all mark up however you want to divvy up that money. That's fine. You have 600 split between you. So you walk off the ship, and the salesman, whose name I will give you now because I have my name generator up. His name is Nicholas Brooks, Mr. Brooks. He likes to pretend to be very fancy. He calls himself Mr. Brooks all the time. But he says you can call him Nicky. And so he walks onto the ship of this smaller ship. It's a Corvette class, and you recognize that. It's smaller, but it's it's more like a Millennium Falcon size, right? Like it's not as big as the Firefly, but it doesn't have as much cargo space. But he says, now this one right here can make a full 4 jumps before needing to refuel. It's very nice. Weapon equipment, weapon outfitting is just the same. It's a little bit cheaper, not by much. It's 800,000, and he shows you around sort of the same tour as before. Again, the bridge is nice. It's a little bit small, a little bit more cramped. You can probably fit 4 people in there comfortably, and then the rest of the people would have to be elsewhere on the ship. They're good crew quarters, but there's no like ready room. It's just a little bit smaller.
Okay. And I'm going to ask the same question for all of them, so you might as well say. Do any of these come with automated pooper scoopers for the eventual
sir.
space dog?
Now, sir, I'm sorry to say that none of these 3 ships do come with automated pooper scoopers. However, it is easy to install such a thing by yourself. I installed one back at my house, and he launches into another story about his dog. And he talks for a few more minutes, and you get the sense that he's never going to shut up. But he finally does and says, well, let me show you this last ship, sir. It's great. You're going to love it. I think it's probably going to be... I don't know. It's going to be a tough choice for you. I'm sure all these ships are just spot on. So he takes you out of the Boilermaker, and you see on the side it says like Boilermaker in sort of big bolded letters and stuff. And he takes you onto the final ship, and it's much larger than either ship. It's easily 1.5 times the size of the Jack Rose and more than 3 times the size of the Boilermaker. It's huge. And he says, "Now this, sir, I understand that this might be out of your price range, but you look to me like the kind of guy who doesn't really care about having a big loan on him. Now, let me show you around here. What we have here, this is a runabout class. It's pretty much the biggest frigate you can find. It's got a pair of multifocal lasers. No sand thrower, unfortunately. Couldn't quite fit it with the hard points, but 2 lasers is more than enough to take care of anything untoward that comes your way. Now, sir, there are 2 fuel bunkers on this. You can make a full 3 jumps before needing to refuel. It does have fuel scoops as well. All 3 do. And it's fully fitted for atmospheric configuration. Now, finally, sir, it has an auxiliary power unit, and he sort of gestures to it as you walk by. This is great for maintaining power and everything else. You have plenty of free spare power. It gives you some number, which is 3 spare power in the context of the ship sheet. And he goes, "Finally, sir," and he bends down in a big open area, and he just lifts up the floor. It was totally invisible to you before, but there's this huge area underneath the main cargo area. And he says, "Now, sir, I would never condone the illegal use or shipping of any good. However, if you would condone such a thing, this is how you would do it." And he just gestures down into the floor. He says it's fully lined with reflective paneling. Not even mandate sensors could see in there. And he just shuts it cautiously and says, "But we don't tell every customer about that, sir. Just the special ones." He walks up to the bridge, and you see it's another huge bridge. It's maybe 50 meters across. It's big. Plenty of room to spread around. All the panels are really great. Can you all make a perception check again? Yeah, so Lauren, actually, I think all of you see that all the inlays here are the finest ebony inlaid wood paneling.
Mahogany?
Ebony.
Oh.
Different kind of wood. He says, "Now, sir, it doesn't come with the automated pooper scooper system, and it is 1.2 million credits. 1,255,000. However, sir, like I said, we do offer very fine, very fair financing plans."
As a character, when I saw that smuggler's hold area, how big was it? Like, big enough to fit several people on the TV?
You could fit, so it's bigger than that. It's probably, so to give you a sense of scale here, the smallest ship you've seen is probably the size of, it's about a football field long, and it's huge. They're massive ships, right? You live in these things, so it's like a mansion basically that you're buying. This is the biggest of the 3. The Jack Rose, the first one you saw, was sort of a medium size, and then the Corvette, which is the smallest one you saw, is still pretty damn big. The inside of that smuggler's hold, I don't remember what the rules say how much it can fit, but it's probably not trivial.
I'm just asking so I can make the comment if it's big enough. If we could possibly have fort blanket thing set up. Basically make a space blanket fort and watch TV.
Yeah, so to put it, okay, so it's probably the size of a good-sized gymnasium, right? Like, it's a big room. It's for moving like hundreds, well, not hundreds, but maybe like tens of tons of cargo surreptitiously. I gotta find this. Hold on.
So, massive space blanket fort while massive space TV watching. Is what I'm hearing. Awesome.
Yes. I would say that is an accurate assessment. It doesn't actually list how much. I guess it's probably it's in a supplement. Smuggler's Hold is not in here. Crap. Yeah,
Can
so
we
I'm
fill
gonna
it up with water and use it as a hot tub?
Yeah, you could. Well, I mean, you could, but it'd be more like a pool, like an Olympic-sized pool, if you filled it up with water. Um, but yeah, you could definitely do that if you wanted to, I guess. You could just install a hot tub. You could actually just probably install 15 hot tubs in this room. I'm going to say it carries maybe like you can hide a good 50 tons of cargo in it. So it's a pretty big thing. Your total cargo on that ship is. I wish I didn't screw up this. I don't have free mass listed, but yeah. So your cargo space is 5, so you can fit compared to. You can fit only slightly less than in the original, and quite like 5 times as much as in the Boilermaker. So, and he says this one here is called the Old Fashioned. It is the most expensive on the lot, but I really think you'd love it. If you're not looking for something that expensive, I think the Jack Rose is your next best bet.
So I go and I pull in the group of members away from the salesman, and I kind of mention, like, after looking it over, there are a couple decent things. If we're going to go for one, I think the Jack Rose is our best bet. We don't really need a second laser immediately, nor the Smuggler's Hold. And it's a decent size. What do you guys think?
He sort of pipes into it. He goes, oh, and the Jack Rose also has a little bit more life support available. It's 360 versus 280 days. And he sort of pipes back down and steps off to the side. He's obviously listening over your conversation, but he's trying to be surreptitious about it.
Fucking hate sales guys.
How much is this going to cost us?
So you're going to get a loan. So let me tell you how this is going to work. You're going to get a loan. You're going to owe however much the total cost of the ship is, but you're going to pay it over the course of 5, 10, 15, or 20 years. There's different interest rates on those loans. I've already done all the calculations for you to tell you what your payment is at the given interest rate, so you don't have to worry about that. You also have to pay maintenance every month, and you'll have to either buy or scoop fuel. So there is,
Can we siphon it from another ship?
You could steal it, yeah. You can do that. You can also get it for free just by skimming a star, and you can buy it. It's pretty cheap to buy. So, same thing with life support. You'll use life support at you have in the Jack Rose 360 person days. Every day you're on the ship, you'll use however many people are on the ship person days of fuel or of life support, and then you'll have to restock that occasionally. So, 360 person days with 5 people will last you 72 actual days. So that's it's 3 months or 2.5 months. That's pretty good. On the Old Fashioned, you'll get 56, which is exactly 2 months, and then on the Boilermaker, you'll get 72 again. So basically, the primary thing that you'll be working against in the campaign is keeping up to date on your payments for the ship. I could list off the payments if you're interested in one of them, and it's different interest rates for each of the plans. Higher for the longer plans.
Let's get the cheap one.
Well, the cheap one is 5 years, so that's actually the most expensive. The cheap one is at 5% for 20. How much would it be for the 20-year plan? Out of curiosity.
So for the 20-year plan,
I feel like I'm getting a house loan.
You kind of are. I mean, that's essentially what this is, right? Like you're getting a house. So on that sheet, if you type in the chosen rate as whatever chosen rate you want, it'll tell you what the total monthly cost is. So for the Jack Rose at 20,000,
I would take out that equals 130 and just put in 5.
Yep.
Okay.
No, you're not going to put in the percentage. You're going to put in the actual value. So
that's
with the 20-year plan, the Jack Rose is going to cost you about 10,000 credits a month.
I don't think I did that right. Damn.
Do we get insurance on the ship?
You could buy space insurance, but it's going to cost you more. Also, which one of you is the business person?
That was going to be me.
Yeah, so you can try to get a better deal.
I thought you were the captain.
I'm the captain. Space Brownies is captain.
Yeah, we should definitely get a dog lover's discount since he wants to be relatable.
So yeah, I mean, you can make a business roll against your charisma. And
that's going to be fantastic.
Well, I mean, you might succeed. It might not be all that difficult. So the difficulty class of these things does change. Yeah. So he actually looks at you and he goes, "Hey, yeah, for a dog lover, I think I could probably knock off. I I can knock off a bit for you. Just and he sort of hems and haws. He goes, boss doesn't like it when I do this, but you're a good guy. And he looks over at you, Lauren. And he says, you know what? Take 500 off the monthly on that. I can work that out. So you're gonna get
business guy. Get fuzzy dice too.
fuzzy dice.
We're
apart, no
definitely
benefit.
accommodating. I don't care. We're accommodating fuzzy dice anyway.
So the salesperson goes, oh, I can definitely get some of those for you. It's absolutely no problem. We'll just add 50 credits onto your thing to pay for them. It's no big deal at all.
I don't want to pay for them.
And he kind of like looks at you and can you make just a flat charisma roll, just 2d6 plus your charisma bonus? There's no button
What?
for it, so.
Is the charisma bonus?
It's,
Whatever
if
your
you look at your
modifier is
charisma
for your
store,
Charisma stat.
yeah.
Mine should be
For
minus
you,
one.
it's, for you, it's -1. You have it wrong on your sheet. I fixed it. Yeah, so he looks at you and goes, I'm sorry, sir, I can't give everything away for free. So yeah, he will happily get you your fuzzy dice, but it's going to be 850,050, and you're going to knock $500 off whatever your chosen rate is. Yeah, per month. So, or 500 credits.
I think we
I
could
mean, it's
give.
not really a ship without the dice.
Well, we're gonna get the dice. That's determined already. We're getting the fuzzy dice.
Yeah,
Um,
and you know that they're like 50 credits is pretty average for a nice pair of fuzzy dice.
so what do you guys think? Which one are you thinking for the ship?
Whatever will get us off of this shithole.
What was it
I'm
called
good with
again? The
cheap
one with the
one.
rose?
So
Jack
there's the
Rose.
Jack Rose and there's the Old Fashioned. I think those are the two that you're considering. The
I have no
Boilermakers.
preference and have not been listening because my mind is on psychic matters. Just
The
thinking
Jack
about it.
Rose seems good enough. Let's sign some papers.
All right, let's get the Jack Rose then.
All right, so Tim, go ahead and make a spreadsheet. Put in 850,050 credits. Put in your maintenance cost, which is 3,542 credits.
Hang on. So the
Yep.
total cost was 850,000.
850,050 credits.
Okay.
Your maintenance cost per month. So every month you need to pay maintenance, otherwise things might start breaking on the ship. You can skip it. You don't have to pay this value. This is optional to pay. However, if you don't pay it, things on your ship might start breaking, and they might start breaking at inopportune moments. So be aware of that.
Okay.
That is 3,542 credits. Your rate of repayment, this is something you cannot skip, or the company from which you are buying this, which, by the way, is... I'll get you the name of the company. You should write this down as well.
You said 342 credits for the maintenance?
3,542. 3,542 credits.
Okay.
Now that we figured this out, can we call for like a 10-minute break?
Yep. Yeah, if the rest of you want to go, I'll get Tim set up with this, and then we'll be all set. This is the last, prep thing that we have to do before you actually start doing some missions. So Tim, it's 3,542 credits.
I'll be right
Your
back.
monthly payment is 6,692 credits. 6,692.
Okay.
He is giving you a full amount of fuel. Your maximum fuel is 3. Your current fuel is 3. And you have 7 cargo space, which I believe the mapping for that is it's 20 tons or 25 tons per free cargo space. You know what? We're going to say it's 25 tons. I feel like that's a good number.
Okay. I gotta clean this up because this is absolutely disgusting. I actually need to, do things like make headers and shit.
Yep. So this sheet that I sent you is actually broken. I think I deleted something I wasn't supposed to. However, I can find the original. In fact, there might be... If you just look for Stars Without Number ship sheet, you'll find this thing again, and you can edit in all the stuff, and it'll track some of it for you. Not all the parts will be there. Like the rough cost calculation won't be there, but your accounting sheet should probably be separate anyway. You're also... So I would recommend having a section for expenditures and income. And when you do a mission, you're going to track your income. The final thing I'd recommend is when you split up value from your missions, you have an extra account that is the ship account, where you put away money to pay for the ship costs. That's for upgrades. That's for fuel buying, for maintenance, for paying the bill. You are buying this, by the way, from the Ad Astra Corporation.
Okay.
They're actually, I'm sorry, it's not Ad Astra. It's Frontier Multistellar Group. I'm sorry. I read the wrong one.
Bought from the something Astra Multicellular Group?
No, it's a Frontier Multistellar Group. I will copy and paste that for you. It is that guy. And you might have seen them before. They have been in a couple of the newspapers.
Okay.
All right.
There's that.
We are going to, so while you do that, we're going to take a break for 5 minutes from 2 minutes ago. So another couple minutes. I'm going to jump off comms for a minute. And when we're back, we'll actually do some missions.
Sounds good.
Put OBS. Shit. There it is. And we're going to go ahead and go to break. Okay. All right, just let me know when you guys are back.
I'm back.
From outer space. I really wish I didn't screw up this sheet. I had it all figured out, so it was all automatic and shit. Oh, so it'd be so good.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
No
Too
problem.
long?
No. I think Butch is still away, and I think Tim might still be gone as well.
Just doing a little bit of Googling on a portrait to use for myself, and then I went to use the restroom. And now I'm back.
Awesome.
I think I found something good.
Sweet.
My doctor's portrait.
Yeah, I'm back too.
All right, so we're just waiting for Butch.
I just have to come up with a backstory for this guy.
I like that he's sort of like he's so so over the top friendly that he's almost off-putting, and that's how you justify your charisma being so low.
Mine?
Yeah.
My charisma's 16.
Oh, your charisma's 60. I thought. Oh, I'm getting confused with Butch because I've had his sheet open the whole time to use for like examples and stuff.
How do you
Yeah.
think,
So
how do you think I got away with space brownies and drugs and stuff? Come on, really?
it's beautiful. Man. It's beautiful.
My next creation will be Space Nutter Butters.
Oh Christ.
Sounds amazing.
It should.
Yeah, I don't know why those are broken. Huh. I will have to figure that out later. I was just looking at to see why the ship sheet was broken. Are you there, Butch? He's probably still. I don't know whatever he's doing. He's doing that thing. Butch, where are you?
I think he got sick from the space brownies. He ate too fast.
Guy hasn't eaten in 3 days, just inhaled space brownies. Yeah, he's going to be pretty sick.
Especially when they were on the ground.
Yeah. He's got space Ebola.
In my opinion, as a medical officer, I think we might need to check him later.
All right, break out the rubber gloves. Is it safe?
You might need to check on his diet there and fast.
Yeah. Let me check a stool sample.
Everything.
Patrick, you need to eat your vegetables. You can't live off space brownies.
I don't know if you guys have thought about it at all, and it's not a big deal if you haven't. There is a handout called the Big Experience System in the handout section right above your PCs. That's how we're handling experience. Give that a look at some point. Basically, you can have 3 different things. You have 2 plus your level slots, and you can allot them to either beliefs, instincts, or goals. A belief is going to basically it's going to give you a small amount of XP every time it gets you into trouble. An instinct is just something that your character always does or is always prepared for. And a goal is sort of a bigger thing. It gives you experience in a bigger chunk when it's completed. And that's roughly how we're doing experience. There's more details in that handout. I highly recommend reading it. That is a fantastic character portrait.
Which one?
Ziggy. I will freely admit to not fully understanding Lorne's. Is that how you look? Are those roses?
Those are roses.
And that's how you look?
That's my face.
Oh, so you're like all cybernetic and shit.
Oh, yeah.
So cybernetics are a thing. Hang on one second.
Like,
Yeah,
when I
cybernetics
say
are a thing, but you have to pay for them.
when I say
So maybe that's
cybernetics,
just like
that's like an aesthetic cybernetic type mask.
Okay.
Is
Okay,
what
so
See,
you
right
have
now
like-
he's a human walking around with a paper mask that looks like that. It's a printout. He just wants to look cybernetic
Yeah, like if
until
you
he
want
can
a real
afford the
mask-
actual cybernetics.
that actually I feel like that makes sense for your character too, just based on how much I know. He's walking around with like a paper bag on. And he's got like a little Iron Man looking mask on it. Drew
like a
some nice
Halloween cutout
flowers.
mask.
Exactly. And that's
With a
just
little
how you are.
Really, really thin rubber band around the back of his head.
Yeah. If you want to have something nicer, you're going to have to pay for it. Like that.
That
Like if you
that's
want to actually have a real mask, because right now you don't have any augmentations. You just have.
right.
Also, it's important to note that AI,
Here's
especially
goal.
and like
Oh.
robots and shit, are like kind of wildly illegal. They're considered maltech, which is like forbidden technologies like bioweapons and stuff.
Yeah, what was there's AI with brakes or something like that?
So yeah, so the way AI works, there's sort of there's three general classes of AI. There's heavily braked AIs that are actually called VIs, virtual intelligences, and
Brakes,
those are
that's what I was thinking. Limited,
yeah,
like they can't murder you, basically.
yeah, they're
Means.
like brakes, right? Like they're things that prevent them from advancing any more than a certain level. It's like you're pumping the brakes, is the idea. And so those the most basic ones, the one that are most socially acceptable, are called VIs, and they're for things like their automated call systems or they're robots that are like the Roomba, right? They're heavily braked. They don't really have any intelligence or any ability to gain intelligence. Then there are AIs that are braked AIs, and those are fully sentient AIs, but they're prevented in some way, like via software, via hardware, from becoming more intelligent than they already are. They get to a point and they physically can't exceed their ability. And then there's unbraked AIs, which are wildly dangerous AIs that are basically infinitely smart. It's like every sort of bad thing you've ever heard about AI, that's what they are. And so that's sort of the three levels. And then also on that Maltech tree, you'll have stuff like weapons of planetary destruction, even weapons of mass destruction to some extent. So things that like blow up a city might be sort of vaguely Maltech, and then the planetary destruction is a big deal. Any kind of bioweapon, major chemical weapons, things that might alter the orbits of celestial bodies like asteroids, that kind of thing. Those are going to be Maltech as well, and people will come after you if you have Maltech and they know about it. So
It's like any kind of astronomical weapon, kind of.
yeah, like if you can redirect. So like a lot of psychics actually, like high-level telekinetes, that can move like asteroids with their mind, and so they're actually
Yep, I saw
considered
that.
Maltech. Yeah, they're considered Maltech. Like they're bad. Like they get locked away, where they try to lock them away. Usually they try to kill them. Doesn't always work out so well. But yeah, so Butch, are you there?
God damn it.
He's still away in Steam, so he's not even moved his mouse yet.
Well, what we'll do, we can get started up without him, and we'll get back to it for the moment. And why is that broken? Oh shit! Oh, there we go. All right.
I just noticed, for being a researcher, I'm not very intelligent.
Probably more
I'm a
intelligent
psychic
than me.
researcher, so it's different. It's a different kind of.
You're probably more
Research.
intelligent
Psychic.
than me.
Psychic prowess requires a lot of wisdom and constitution.
Yes.
There's not much smarts there.
Yes.
We're figuring it out, though.
Yeah, I mean, it is actually a lot more intuitive. The way psychics work is they actually get a disease called MES, which is meta extra dimensional something syndrome. I forget. So yeah, they get a disease, and that's where their psychic powers come from. It's not. And then, sorry, I'm fixing something here. All right, Butch is back. Cool. Yeah, so they have this extra something syndrome, and that's what causes it. You take pills to like regulate it. So you take medicine daily to regulate it, so that you don't explode accidentally, like which would happen. And yeah, you do stuff to like regulate it, but basically that's what you're using. You're like that's how you're a psychic. So it's really not an intelligence thing. You're much more like intuitive. Like I know how to do this, so I just do it. That's what the wisdom is. It's more like intuition or general awareness kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I made. My wisdom was 5 so I bumped it with the.
Yeah, and you already had a really good con too, so
Right.
yeah, your roll is pretty nice. You got a lot of system strain. Your system strain should be 0, by the way. I'm gonna just change that. It goes up, not comes down. But yeah, like.
I thought you said it was like max, where it's good.
No,
it gets
no,
taken away like HP.
It starts at 0 and goes up. I'm sorry, I must have misspoke. All right, so everybody's back. Butch, you're here, right?
I am.
Awesome. Okay, so I think you buy the ship, you get all the paperwork done. By the way, did you take off that 500, Tim, that the guy gave you? The deal?
For the total cost,
Yeah. So
I
I'd said it
have
was
850,050 was what I got. Should that be 500
no,
less?
the monthly cost. The monthly payment is 500 lower than 6,600.
Ah, done.
So, yeah, okay, cool. So that is your monthly payment. Now you are paid up till September. You get that for free. Your first month is free. So at the end of September, you will need to pay 6,600 credits to the Frontier Multistellar Group, or you will be getting letters from the Frontier Multistellar Group.
Okay, so end of September, we owe them 6,200 credits.
Yep, and you can pay that over from anywhere. Like, you just pay it through the exchange figures it out, and they date the thing. If you're ever more than like 6 months late, they're going to send creditors after you, and it's going to be a bad time. So, let's go ahead and talk about your first mission. So, after this happens, the local government contacts you, Lorne, specifically, because you're the captain. You're registered as the captain of the ship, and they say, we notice you're a new captain. We need someone to transport some material for us to the Minushi system, and they give you a planet to deliver to specifically. I pull up my planet list. One moment. So they say we need to transport some material to the Minushi system to Idalia. Yeah. I will put the name in chat. So you'll see this in that wiki thing I linked you as well. I'm going to put it in Roll20 check because it's more convenient. Oh, there it is. So you're taking it to there, which is in the Minushi system, and they want to contact you and talk to you about this job.
I reply. Say, detail me or give me details about this job.
And so you get a video call back. Like, you sent back the email that they sent you, and they call you up on video, and you see it's a. Do you answer?
Yeah, I answer my space Skype.
So, space Skype comes up exactly, and a woman who introduced herself as Abby Marsh says, "I'm from the Unified Society Material Distribution Group. It's basically within the government, and we need you to transport 175 tons of vacuum-packed grain to Idalia in the Minushi system. We need it there by the end of the month, or by the end of September."
You said 125 tons?
175, sir.
I think we can do that.
Excellent. The pay will be 10,000 credits per. I'm sorry, it's going to be 50,000 credits total. I was looking at my prep, and it said 10,000 times the number of players, and there are 5 players on the ship. So, yeah, it's going to be 50,000 credits of payment.
All right. Let's get this signed and get the cargo on the ship here.
And she sort of sighs a little bit. She goes, "Okay, that's great. Yeah, so I'll forward you the paperwork, and yeah, you could just you'll pick up and she gives you all the details of where you need to pick up the grain and all that. And she seems very relieved that you didn't try to haggle with her. And she says, "Thank you very much," and clicks off the Skype. And yeah, so you guys load up the grain, and you guys are ready to take off. Some people come in and actually load it up for you. Before you leave, is there anything any of you want to do?
I have an out-of-character question.
Sure.
Who actually owns the ship? Does Lauren own it?
It's like a mortgage. So his name is on the ship, on the lease, but he's got it mortgaged, so it could be repossessed, or you can take a loan out against it. It's
So-
like an asset like that.
So none of the crew actually have any stake on the ship.
Nope,
Okay.
not unless Lauren gave you some.
So we would need to arrange some kind of agreement to be paid wages, I suppose.
Yeah, so you're either wages or maybe you're like a partner, you get some percentage of the job. You guys should probably work that out before you do a job.
Agreed. So here's what I'm thinking, guys. 50% of the entire pay will be going towards the ship in terms of maintaining it, getting fuel and other things as well as making payments on it. And then the rest of us will take the other 50% and split it 4 ways. Does that sound reasonable?
5 ways?
Well, it will be 5 ways when Core's
Right.
this mission. Core's not here, so
We get it 4
okay.
ways. Basically,
That
we
sounds good
split.
to me.
Yeah, we split the rest of it evenly down the middle. Does that sound good?
I'd agree to that.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Patrick?
Yep.
Awesome.
all right.
Decided then.
Simple. Yeah, so you guys worked out that deal, and you're going to be managing. Tim, you're going to be managing the books essentially. So
Yep.
that's on you to make sure everybody gets their money, and if you have a problem, talk to him. So you guys are right now in H300 0300 Belond on the Zandua system. You are 3 jumps away from Minushi. Every jump between these 2 hexes. So first of all, the way this map is laid out is not physical, right? So this is a topological map. It shows the connection between hexes, but in reality, Asa and Belond might be many light years apart, and Minushi and Belond might be really close together. But in Spike space, they're very far apart. They're this far apart. So each jump between each hex is 6 days. So you will use that much life support times the number of people on the ship. So it'll be 4 times 6 total days of life support each jump you make. You'll also use 1 unit of fuel for each jump you make.
Okay, so just to make sure, I was slightly distracted writing something down. We'll be using 3 units of fuel to get from where we currently are to Minushi, the Minushi system.
Correct.
Okay.
I believe you have only 2 available. You have 1 plus however many fuel bunkers you have. So it's 3 total.
Yes. You got
Okay, so when
2 fuel bunkers plus
Yes.
2, so we would have 4 units.
it's 2 fuel bunkers plus 1.
Okay.
You have 1 fuel default with your ship, and then there are 2 additional
Okay.
bunkers for fuel.
That makes sense then.
So any system that has a star in it, i.e., any system that has something in it, will have an exchange fueling site. You can also scoop fuel. Scooping fuel gets you 1 fuel for 6 days. So you sit scooping fuel for 6 days, you get 1 fuel back, and it's free. That also at all those sites you can buy more life support, you can buy more fuel, and you can do maintenance at any of them. At hexes that don't have anything in them, there's nothing there. There's no stars, no usable stars anyway. There might be rogue planets and stuff, but generally speaking, there's nothing there. It's empty space. There's also no system for refueling or anything, unless a faction builds something there, which you don't directly control anyway. So we'll get to that when we get to that. So when you want to move from hex to hex, you need to make a navigation roll. Failure on that navigation roll results in a roll on the failed navigation chart. Rolling on the failed navigation chart is not something you want to do. So, once you guys are ready and you no longer wish to stay on this planet, you can, whoever your navigator is, can make a navigation check against their intelligence.
I'd like to buy something before we leave.
Absolutely.
I didn't have a compad before I picked up that wallet.
Everybody has a compad. I'm just giving you one.
Oh, all
A
right.
compad is essentially, it can either be like an iPad or a smartphone, but you have one.
Yeah, but I didn't know that we would have had it, so okay. I'll write that.
I don't mind. When it comes to communications, I want everybody to be able to communicate. It's not convenient to communicate in as much as you can't do it surreptitiously, or it's hard to do it surreptitiously. If you want to upgrade that later to have something like a comm bead, which is hidden That'll cost some money, but you all have a
Or you
smartphone.
get drunk and drunkenly whisper, i.e., yell to your party member and alert everybody.
Yes.
Hackdar knows that very well. Not the drunk part, but the I'm being quiet part, but not
Oh,
really.
so I had this whole thing too. Oh, that sucks. I was gonna lead you in with descriptions of the Dark Heresy guys, like sitting down to watch this show. But anyway, I'll write it up and give it to you people at some point. I forgot about it. I feel bad now. Okay, so yeah, if you guys want to start navigating, you can do that. Now, one last thing: communication is not faster than light. It is bound by the speed of ships. So in general, if you want to talk to someone live, you need to be in the same system as them. Otherwise, you're sending space email, and it might take weeks to get there. So you can kind of think of it like Age of Sail, like back in the 18th and 19th centuries, you would send a letter and then wait a few months, and then it would come back, and that's sort of how it's working here. So,
Without
go
a question.
ahead.
Just real quick about money. I was thinking about this. Where we had, like, I had money owed. I owed 10 credits because you caught me that for the
Yep.
buying that thing. Then I picked up a wallet. Do I take the 10 out of what I found there? Is that what you were saying? We do
Yeah.
the oath thing?
Yeah,
or-
just
okay.
take
So
the-
just anytime I get money.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the big bill, the mortgage, essentially, is something that Tim is going to track directly. But if you have to like go into a little bit of debt, within reason, you'll put that in your credits owed, and then you'll just have to pay it back.
By
For
pay it
small
back, you
stuff-
just mean like dock it from whatever.
yeah,
next
from
paycheck
whenever
you
you next get paid.
Gotcha.
That's where you pay it back, and it can be maybe it's not even the next time you get paid. You might want to hold it, but if you're owing money, bad things might start happening to you, right? Like people might start coming to find that money that you borrowed from them. Okay, yeah. So whoever your navigator is can make a navigation roll unless there's something else to do on the plane.
Who's our pilot?
You.
I thought I was the navigator.
So you don't need a pilot for this. Like this kind of piloting is simple. If you get accosted by bad guys, you need someone to be a pilot. You should know who that is before you get going, but
I don't know who that would be.
I can pilot.
That's probably a good idea. We probably none of us have the pilot
We'll make
type
Core
skill.
the pilot, actually.
Say again?
Yeah. Let's make
We'll just
Core
make
the
Core
pilot.
the pilot.
well, you need a pilot now.
Well, can one
Can
of us
somebody
do it for
temporarily
Yeah,
now?
someone
Make
can
Core
just do it. Like someone
I'll
can
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah, I'll do it. We'll make Core do it after this week.
Yeah, because I think you're all at -1 on vehicle space. So, oh no, actually, Tacitus, you have a 1 on vehicle space. That's your pilot skill.
Maybe I should be the pilot then. Wait, can I be both?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You're a
That's-
navigator and pilot. So
I like
says
that you're
the
good at
captain.
bureaucracy too. That makes sense to me on some level. I don't know why, but just does. Yeah, so you can navigate. So go ahead and make a navigation roll, which is click the navigation thing. It's against your intelligence. You have accurate charts, so that's fine. In a year, so next in-game year, it will be nice. That's perfect. Yeah, you passed, no problem. Next in-game year, you'll need to buy charts to match the changes in spike space.
Can I get a brief summary on how checks pass or fail?
So I set a DC, a difficulty class for every check. It varies. Usually it's 7. The average check is going to be a 7 DC. Some of them will be a little bit harder. Some of them will be a little easier, i.e. higher or lower. The way that I'm doing the checks is it's a 2-stage DC. So there's a partial success, which is a 7, and there's a total success, which is a 10. A partial success means you pass and something bad might happen. For navigation checks, it's really a hard success at 7. For some other checks, if you get a partial success, it might be like, yeah, you shoot, but it turns out your gun's out of ammo. So you're going to need to reload the next round. Or, yeah, you shoot, but it ricochets and also hits some other person, or whatever. And a total success is it just happens. Whatever you wanted to have happen, happens. In this case, the DC is always going to be 7. So if you get more than a 7, you pass. And then if you get boxcars, if you get double 6s, you might be asked to tell me how you pass. So you'll get to have a chance to like make something cool up, or if that's more important for when you're like trying to identify an item. You know, if you do a boxcar on a Maltech roll, you might be able to say, yeah, this is an ancient artifact from Earth, and it's like fucking powerful and worth a lot of money. And I'll go in and work with that from there. But that's what you get for having made a critical success. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, so you're able to fly along without any issue. Where do you want to go? Like, what square do you want to go onto? I assume H.
Captain?
To Minushi.
Engage. Yeah, so I guess you're just going to straight line path.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll end up passing through the Conseco system, or that is.
Yeah, Kinseco, yeah.
Yeah, that's my home system.
Nice. Yeah, so you guys are flying in spike space. It takes 6 days of travel in spike space, and you need some, it's actually more like 3 days, and then you need some time to let the thing charge down. Who is your computer person?
It's me.
You make a computers check, please, against your intelligence. Oh.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so you don't notice it until it's too late. There's someone hailing the ship. It just sort of pops up on your screen, Lorne. It doesn't go through the normal process of the computer person noticing the hail and then announcing it, and so on.
Oh, hi. How you doing?
The guy at the other end says, I'm doing just fine. What are you carrying?
We're carrying some grain.
Oh, where are you carrying it to, buddy?
To the Minushi system?
Yeah, I see. I have a bit of a problem with that.
You're a pirate, aren't you?
I wouldn't say I'm a pirate. I mean, I'm not here to steal anything I shouldn't already have.
Oh, shit. Hey, guys, we got a pirate. Can someone turn on the shields?
Yeah, there aren't any shields, by the way. So yeah, this guy wants to steal your shit. I'm gonna move you to another page here. Boink. Yeah, so you see that ship on your screen. I don't have tokens for all of you yet, but basically, we're gonna do some ship combat. So this guy is like you can see that he's powering up his weapons on your screen. You guys also are going to power up your weapons. Basically, the way that ship combat works, this is not to scale. It doesn't mean 30 feet. It's much bigger than that. The ship that you're seeing is a Corvette, sort of like the Boilermaker that you saw. And yeah, we're going to need 3 people. We're going to need a gunner, or maybe multiple gunners, and we're going to need a pilot at the very least. So who's going to sign up for gunnery?
I can sign up for some gunnery.
Okay. You're also going to be acting as the captain here. So the idea is the captain's going to sort of set the plan. And you guys can talk amongst yourselves, determine the plan, then execute it. The gunner is going to be responsible for firing the weapons, and you're going to have to pick 2 things. Which weapon you want to fire. You can only fire 1 per round, per gunner. And which spike phase you're going to shoot into. And I'll explain that in a minute. The pilot is going to choose which spike phase to put your ship in. And so the way this works, I'm going to pick a spike phase, and you're going to pick a spike phase. And if you're shooting into my spike phase, then you can hit me. You have a chance to hit me. If you're shooting into a spike phase that I'm not in, you can't hit me. There are a number of spike phases you have available to you are equivalent to the level of your spike drive. You have a spike level 1 drive, so you have 2 phases, real space and spike level 1. This guy also happens to have a spike level 1 drive, so he's going to be in 2 spaces. You can shoot into any spike phase you want, from spike level 1, real space, spike level 10 if you want. Nothing goes that high, but you could do it if you want. The pilot's going to choose which spike phase you guys end up in. The gunner is going to shoot the guns. You have 2 guns, a multifocal laser and a sand thrower. The sand thrower is very short range. It's for like an anti-flak weapon, and the multifocal laser is like a weapon. There is a page of the book for ship combat. I will find it presently. It is page 67. All right, so let's go ahead and roll initiative. So on your sheet, you should see roll initiative. It's going to say select token. Don't worry about that. And cool. So let me do this.
Is there a -1 modifier to that? A dex? Is that the initiative?
Because
Because I rolled a 6.
That token should take it all into account. So it's probably if you hover over the number, yeah, it is -1 for your dex, probably. I don't know why it's -1 actually. That's weird.
Dex or strength. Those are my 2 minus modifiers.
It's
Yeah, it's
probably
probably
Dex.
Dex
Because I have a
I think
plus
it's
1 and
I think
a
it's
0.
plus your dex. Yeah, it's 1d8 plus your dex bonus, and it's supposed to put you in the tracker. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to do this tracking by hand because I don't have this set up correctly. Let me find my notebook. Hold on. There it is. And we're going to page of the notebook, and I need a pen. Where'd my pen go? There it is. Okay, so we have Morn at an 8. Patrick at a 7. Invest at a 5, and test this at a 3. And then I need to roll theirs. It should also be 1d10, I think, but that's fine. We'll just do 1d8. It should be 1d10, so that's broken. But we'll just go with this for now. Then I'll roll 1d8 for them as well. Plus 0. Oh, man. Your pilot's going first. Well, it's going in parallel with Lauren here. Pirate. These. And their gunner is going last. So that's actually good for them because it means they get into spike space. And pirates. It's going in this too. Okay. So the first thing we do, we're going to pick our phase. So who's our pilot?
Tectius.
I am the pilot.
All right, Tacitus. I'm going to pick a spike phase. You're going to pick a spike phase. I'm going... how are we going to do this? We're supposed to show them at the same time. So I'll tell you what. I'm just going to roll my spike phase. Go ahead and tell me your spike phase, and then I'll roll mine.
So I can just pick a random number?
Yeah, a random number. You can either be in real space or spike level 1.
I'm going to be in real
That's a
space.
coin flip.
All right, so it's... Yeah, right now it's coin flip. When you have a higher spike level drive... so if you have like a spike level 2 drive, you could be in real space, spike level 1, or spike level 2. So it gives you more opportunity to dodge, essentially. All right, so you're going to be in real space. We're going to call that 1. I'm in not real space. So, yeah. Actually, I don't think you're supposed to know that, but that's fine. Oh, no, this phase choice is bonus simultaneously. So the pilots... Oh, no, we totally did that wrong. We're supposed to do all of this at once. So the gunner also needs to figure out what he's shooting into. So let's try that again. I'm going to pick randomly for both of my guys. They're not going to do any thinking. They're just going to roll for both. So you guys can figure out what phases you're going to fire into and where you're going to hide. So which phase you're going to operate in. And then the gunners, which I guess is basically everybody but the pilot, is going to... well, so I guess someone can help him pilot if they want. So you guys can allot yourselves as you will. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So you know what I'm going to do while you guys figure out who's doing what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to drag a token. And drag a token. I'm dragging these in the wrong spot. Advanced layer, token layer. And I need to assign a couple of generic tokens for you guys without them. Test this. Let me grab my generic token. I don't have it. Oh shit. You know what I do have? I have a couple of generic tokens that I'll just make available to you guys. Link. Come on, but here we go. Generic number 1. And generic number 2. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. In a moment, I'll be able to make these available to you guys to use. Should have set this up ahead of time. None controlled by Tacitus. Let me go ahead and set the name. And let's see the nameplate. And check nameplates. This is Patrick. And then Patrick. Okay. So the two of you with icons, you should be able to control these. And you should be able to drag those around. You can drag yourself into the right category for what you're doing. Now,
I have no idea what I'm doing.
okay, so the roles here are you have someone playing the captain, someone playing the gunner, someone playing the pilot, and someone playing the engineer. The captain can be any one of those other things. He can help any one of you. He can either shoot another gun, he can help the pilot, so you can help him with that, or he can help the engineer fix stuff that goes wrong.
What kind of... I didn't really read anything about that in the rulebook. What kind of attributes are important for that? How do we know who's best for the role?
So,
that kind of thing.
For the pilots, the piloting skill, vehicle, space. For the gunners, for gunners, there's combat gunnery is the skill to worry about. And it doesn't matter if you probably don't have all these skills. Like, you don't have them yet. You're level 1, you don't have a lot of stuff. But you can attempt anything. So you have -1s. Yeah, you have a lower chance of succeeding, but it's better than not doing it at all. For engineering, it's going to be different depending on what happens, but tech astronautic is going to be important. Really any tech skill in general is going to be valuable. And also, if you have a profession mechanic, that'll probably be helpful. Also, so the engineer there is also like the doctor. So if someone gets hurt as a result of something blowing up in the ship, you're going to need a doctor. That person is an engineer. Yes, can run around. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do...
I know my place.
Yeah. Well, and you can move around too. You're at battle stations right now, but if you decide I need someone to make better piloting skills, because one of the parts of this is a pilot can attempt to dodge by doing an evade combat maneuver as their action. And you can help him by making another pilot test, even at a -1. And if you succeed, he'll get a bonus to his attempt. So that's like him instructing you to do something, and you're going and doing it, even though you don't really understand. You're just doing what he tells you. And you might succeed, you might fail, but if you fail, nothing bad happens. If you succeed, he gets a bonus. So it might even be beneficial for you, since you don't have a lot of engineering skill, to be running around and shooting another gun or helping whoever you can. That make sense?
Well, I was thinking I have 2 tech skills at 1, so that could... They're medical and sci tech, but maybe I could help fix things too.
You might know a little bit about stuff. It is going to be a tech astronautic check, but most of the time for this kind of engineering, you need a tech astronautics is your ship's getting shot. But yeah, you're probably going to be sweeping around helping whoever you can. Same thing as the captain. Okay. Let me take some water because I'm dying. All right, so step 1. Each captain writes down what metadimensional phase. I'm going to roll. All ships can fly and shoot into real space, phase 0. The maximum phase into... This is all page 67, by the way. Maximum phase into which they can fly or shoot is equal to their spike drive rating. Your spike drive rating is 1.
Okay, so the captain writes it down?
Yes.
Okay.
So pilots can attempt maneuvers, which is also on page 67. You can see the different maneuvers. You can do evade combat, fire to disable, lamp relock. I'm sorry, that's a gunner thing, that second one there. Evade combat, you can try to get away. You make an extended piloting test, which is I make a piloting test, you make a piloting test. Depending on how we succeed or fail, you get away or don't. A lamprey lock is like a boarding action. You can do a remora lock, which is the friendly version of that, but you won't have opportunity to do that. And you can do ramming speed, which says some desperate captains may choose to ram an enemy ship, assuming the pilot and chief engineer of the ship share this grim desire. An opposed piloting skill test is made against the target ship, with each pilot adding his ship's speed. Your ship's speed is on that thing. I think it's a 3. Yeah, I'm sorry. Your ship speed is, yes, 3. You also have 2 armor and 20 HP. Tim, you will need to track those numbers in your ace.
Wait.
Go ahead.
What am I tracking?
So if you look at that Excel sheet,
Yes.
the line 2 of the Jack Rose thing, that is all of your. There's some data there that you're going to need to keep track of, including ship speed, armor, HP, and AC. Those are the ones that are important for combat.
Here's my undo. Shoot. I didn't want that. No. No.
All right. So while he's figuring that out, gunners can shoot 1 weapon per turn, up to the maximum number of weapons in the ship. You make a combat gunnery check to make sure you can do it. So you can make those checks now.
What am I rolling
so?
against?
It's combat gunnery, so there should be a skill for that, I
What's
believe.
the
Int.
Oh,
Thank you.
you just hit the button for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with the system yet. So.
It's fine.
Neither are we.
It's all new to us, bud.
All right, so yeah, so what happens there is Dr. Ziggy is a little bit confused by the system. He's never shot a multifocal laser before. Actually, which guns are you guys shooting? Who's shooting the
I was gonna shoot
multifocal
the
laser?
I'm not aware of the specs of our ship because they're not visible to me anywhere. So I'm not
Okay,
sure what we.
so you're at the sand
Isn't there a
thrower.
sheet you can share or something? Or?
Well, so I did put it in Skype. There's the Excel sheet.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was apparently corrupted for Butch. I don't know if it'll be corrupted for everybody, but it's the ship's XSLX file. I'll copy the link again. Oh, it looks like you're downloading it. Yeah. Okay, I won't copy it. Yeah, so it's the Jack Rose is the name of the ship. You have a sand thrower, which is a relatively short range thing. It shoots particulate stuff to destroy
Space
missiles.
pocket sand.
Basically, yeah. I'm going to
Sorry,
say...
Start over again. I just opened the sheet. Sorry.
Okay, so if you look on the Jack Rose tab,
Yep.
you'll see it on line 2. It tells you what kind of hull it is, the base cost of that hull, the speed of the ship, which is important for combat, the armor of the ship, that's how much you reduce any incoming stuff, your total HP, crewmen, crew max, and AC. On lines 8 through 10 are your armaments, and on line 5 is your spike drive. So you have 2 arms. I'm going to say what you were doing there, since you didn't know. I'm just going to retcon this. You were helping out Patrick to use the gunning stuff, but you didn't really do much. You just sort of looked at it and went, I don't know what to do, and looked away. But it's fortunate that Patrick was able to shoot the gun without any issue. What phase are you? So write down what phase you're shooting into, Patrick. You can write that. Yeah. So you're firing into spike phase 1. Lord, where is your ship currently?
Should I type that in chat or just say it?
You can type it in chat. I'm going to roll twice. The first one is going to be my spike phase that the ship is in, and the second is going to be if it's a 1, it'll be real space. Otherwise, it'll be the spike drive. So spike drive. A 2 is actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to 1 to 2 minus 1. That'll be perfect. And then what phase I'm shooting into? So I'm shooting into. I'm in spike phase 1, and I'm shooting into spike phase 1. You're not going to take any damage because you're in real space, but I might take damage. So the next thing to do is fire the weapons. Weapons on a ship may be targeted at different targets, but all fire in the phase determined by step 1. Every weapon system requires either a gunner or an automatic target thing. Combat gunnery is always the applicable skill, and intelligence the relevant attribute. If a ship, so you hit with your gun. If a ship fires in a different phase, roll 1d6. If the result is greater than the difference between the phases, the attack may roll a hit normal damage. Obviously, you automatically, it's, so you need to do damage. So you're going to roll 1d4. That's the punchline.
So go ahead, Patrick, since you're the one that shot.
And the pilot, is there anything you wanted to do? Wow, you rolled 4. That's pretty good. Is there anything you wanted to do in the interim here? Like any maneuvers you wanted to make, or you're just holding steady?
Nope.
Okay. I need to check one thing. Okay, so I think. Okay, so your laser smacks into the side of the ship and rends it pretty well in spike space. Theirs flies wide of you, even despite you being in different phases. So you guys need to basically do that again. We're gonna do that until this goes back and forth. Now you can dock with them. There are people on there. You could dock with them and try to attack them, or you just keep shooting at them.
I say we keep shooting.
It's a solid strategy.
Shoot the shit out of it. Seems pretty solid.
All right, so who's firing the laser? And Infest, what you're trying to help fire the laser again? The sand throw isn't going to do anything at this range, so.
I figured we were doing the same thing we just did, and
Yeah.
I'll help.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you actually managed to help Patrick figure out how to use this multifocal laser. You guys have only ever used it like once before, and that was literally 3 seconds ago. But you managed to like realize what was going on, use your scientific brain to do it, and Patrick, you get a +1 on your next combat gunnery. Shoot check assisted is one. Cool, yeah, so you hit again. What phases are you guys in?
I'm gonna shoot for spike phase 1 again.
Yeah, and
Yes,
we're
you're
in
in spike
phase
phase.
1.
Turns out they're both in real space, so you guys just ships passing in the night. No hits. So yeah, they hail you again and say, "Listen, we'll pay for the grain." Like, God, I guess you're gonna make it all about shooting and shit. Like,
You're the one that threatened us, and you
well,
get to
I
pay
mean,
for it.
we're hungry. Fuck you, guy.
You were gonna try and rob us, so fuck you.
Stupid government will fuck it, and he just like cuts off the hail and goes back to shooting at you. Go ahead and make your choices again, and I will roll again once you guys.
We should get them some space brownies.
Nah, fuck that. They shot at us. They can eat some space poop.
All right, so yeah, you managed to shoot the guns even without help. You got it down pat. Oh, spaceship noise! Yes. So you're shooting into spike phase 1. Where is your ship?
Oh, I forgot to roll my. I forgot what we're doing again. Hang on. I want to help.
They're in real space, shooting into real space. So they need to make a gunnery check. Yeah, you helped, so that worked out. You actually succeeded either way, but you did help. Let's see, 2d6 plus 0 because they actually have a gunner, but they fail, and their pilot is going to attempt to move. They're going to try. Oh my block. So you see on the screens that this ship is coming at you at high rate of speed. Both pilots need to make piloting tests and add your speed, which theirs
Is our speed 3?
Yeah, your speed is 3. Their speed is 4. So you roll 2d6 plus your piloting skill plus your speed, and they're probably going to win. Um, okay. Oh, wow. So you succeed. An actor wins by 3 or more. The lock is attained for that round. And the acting ship and its weapons gain the defending ship's phase. If the enactor wins by fewer than 3 points, the lock is successful. Okay. So their ship comes careening towards yours. And at the last second, the pilot drops out underneath you. And you hear a clang ring through the ship as something has attached to your hull. And on the screen in front of you, Patrick, you see a big sign that says intruder alert.
They're trying to sell us magazines. We gotta fucking get them.
Well, let's go and give them a taste of our own medicine. Come on, guys. I start running towards the area where they're trying to dock. Monoblades out.
All right. Yeah, so you look at the screen real quick. Is anybody staying behind?
I don't know. What does the captain want me to do?
You get to stay back and make sure we're not going to crash into space trash. Everyone else can come deal with the intruders.
All right. So yeah, you run back and they're coming in at sort of the belly of the ship, and there's a big open cargo area right there. I mean, basically the ship is fitted to be a big cargo ship. You all have quarters. There's enough quarters for 10 people or so, but basically the ship is 98% cargo space. There's a big open room. There's maybe a few scattered boxes, and it's filled with these boxes full of vacuum-packed grain. The pirates enter the ship, and you see that they're all wearing bright blue uniforms. Can you guys make perception checks?
That's against wisdom, right?
Correct. Yeah, so Lauren, you notice that their the sides of their you see the insignia, and you're a warrior, so you actually notice the insignia, and the insignia is representative of the Shada province. I need to.
Those bastards.
Hang on, I'm looking. There's Tacitus. There's a character. This is going to be AC. I'm setting something up on another screen. Yeah, so they're all sort of gathering. There are 4 of them. They all appear to be equipped with las pistols or laser pistols. I'm looking for the HP. Hold on one second. HP, there it is. And this guy is going to be... It's Genesis and Lorne. It's going to be AC, HP. 1 second. HP right there. Boink. Cool. And then I'm going to drag you over the screen. So you see them. I don't have art for them at all. This is just abstract. I just want to keep track of them. And here they are. They all have. So let me do it this way. Oops. You should all be on another screen now. Yeah.
I am, at least.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So these tokens are still not quite set up just right, but they will be momentarily. AC and HP. Save. So now I need you all to roll for initiative, and that's going to be 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier.
Damn.
You should not use that thing. It's actually broken.
Okay.
So what are we rolling for initiative then if we're not using the buttons?
1d10 plus your dexterity modifier.
Should the pilot roll? I'm not actually here.
You should not, because you are not here. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
And I forget which one of you I made you. I think it's this one. Yes, so you're not actually here. So I'm going to move you off to the
Was
side.
the modifier dex?
Yes.
Yep.
Yuck.
Yeah, and you can just add that to the roll. So you can roll 1d10 plus. So if you do, I'll show you. If you do that and put roll before it, it'll actually do the math for you. So just for future reference, you don't have to do it this time, obviously.
Okay.
I'm just fixing up these guys real quick to have your names underneath them. Okay.
Is there a body double?
What do you mean?
I've seen Lauren Hallicard twice.
Oh, shit. Made this represent the wrong character. My bad. Patrick. There you go. Okay, so let me roll their initiative.
Yeah, I'm a psychic, so I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing much here. I can read their emotions.
You have a las pistol, right?
No.
You don't?
No.
Oh, what do you have for weapons?
I have a stun baton.
Yeah, you can run up and stun them, man.
All right, we'll try.
And if someone gets hurt, you can put them into biostasis. That is a thing you can do. You can also actually put people. I don't know if it requires willing targets. You might be able to run up and like knock someone out with biostasis. Okay, so they got 8 and 3s.
I can determine their current emotions.
Yes.
They seem pretty pissed.
I'm like the ship's counselor.
Exactly.
And how does that make you feel?
Wait, no, I can tell.
They got 3s. You guys got 2s. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So that's actually a 1 for me.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you're at the bottom of this list. There we go. All right, so the first 2 guys are shooting at you. Now, they all have... I need to punch in their armor, too, before I forget. Here we go. They have... what was the thing? 5. And have 3, 7. Oh, God. This stupid thing. Oh my God. Oops. So they all appear to be wearing uniforms. Stupid Roll20 does not.
What system are we in right now?
You're actually not in a system. You're in H401, which is basically the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but we were flying through a system that I'm familiar with. I wonder if I'd recognize.
You're not there yet. You're heading towards Canseco.
Yeah, okay. Could these be from Kenseco? And recognize them?
You don't know it, but Lorne knows that they're wearing insignia from Shada, the Shada province.
Okay.
So, Lorne might tell you that later. Okay, so this first guy is going to shoot at Lorne with his las pistol. And the way that this works is it's your... what is that? It's wrong. Sorry, I did something wrong here. I need to fix... oops, that should be 7. The way this works is he rolls the following things. Rolls 1d20 plus the armor class of the target, plus the attacker's combat skill, plus an attribute modifier appropriate for that, so it'll be strength or dex, pretty much in every case, and the attacker's attack bonus. Now, I don't think none of these guys have attack bonuses. I think Lorne does. Fortunately, there's a button for this. I don't get to use it because I don't have a sheet set up for these. Actually, I guess I do have a sheet set up for these guys. Ha! Never mind. They don't have stats, but that's fine. It's all zeros. And they're going to do... There's a button for a basic attack roll. There's also going to be a button for each one of your weapons. So I'm going to do laser, pistol, and I don't care about the range. That. So I'm going to click attack, and it's your... Lauren, what's your AC? I think it's a 5, right?
It is a 5.
So you add 5, attribute modifier is 0, other modifier is 0. So they shoot, and they miss you. That's not really... you have to extend this just a smidge, because... Oh no, I forgot to put the AC in here, I think. They did not hit, though. It is a miss. Something is wrong because I forgot to add a thing on this sheet. So, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so they miss you. That's his turn. And I gotta pop this sucker out. And this guy's gonna do the same thing. And attack you at an AC of 5. And he also misses. So Patrick, you're up. What do you want to do?
Yes, I'll, old English war style. I'll aim at the guy to the far right and take a shot.
All right. Can you ping the guy you want to hit far right? This guy. Okay.
What's his AC?
His AC is 7. Sorry, I blanked for a second. All these guys have AC 7.
What would an attribute modifier be?
That's going to be either your strength or dex, whichever is higher. Yeah, so you shoot your laser and it sort of zings past his ear and he's sort of shocked by it, but he doesn't get hit. These next two guys are going to shoot in your general direction since you just shot. What's your AC?
5.
Okay. Oh, he hits you for 3 damage.
I'm dead.
You're not dead yet. And you have way more than 3
I have
hits.
3 HP.
How do you have 3 HP? I have you written down it's 5 HP.
I rolled a 1d6 plus my con bonus, right?
Huh. This is just not working the right way. Okay, yeah, so you're not dead. That's not how death works. You are basically knocked out, and you're going to need to get medical attention soon. Within an hour, I believe, is the way that works out. It would be hilarious if the first thing I did in this game was kill one of you, though. Combat, attack, saving throws, injury, healing, and death. Okay. Characters brought to 0 hit points are either dead or mortally wounded. For NPCs, this usually means instant death, but PCs usually linger just a bit longer before expiring, assuming they aren't hit by a grav tank's main gun. Thrown into lava, vaporized by a ship discharge, or otherwise completely obliterated. A psychic with the biopsionics discipline can attempt to revive a mortally wounded character, as can a medic with a Lazarus patch available. Both such activities require a round's action to trigger the power or apply the patch. Assuming success, the mortally wounded character is now stabilized and not in immediate danger of death. You still at 0.
Have a Lazarus patch, and
you are a biopsionicist, right?
Yep. So I have 2 options.
Cool. Yeah. So I think biopsionics is easier. Because
But
you
my
just
turn
do
was
it.
last, so
Yeah, so yeah. Well, you'll be able to get there. A round is 6 seconds, so you'll be able to get there in time. It gets harder each round. I think it says so in the bionics. There's a 100% chance if it's used within 3 rounds, decreasing by 25% for each round after. So as long as you get to him within 3 rounds, it'll just work. Otherwise, you'll have to roll. All right. So that's his turn. He's going to now shoot at the captain again. Now, there is cover in this room, so I'll draw in some more cover here. Because you guys are kind of... This is on the move. It's a little bit abstract. So you can go and run to take cover. I'll draw some things for cover. Nice pink boxes for cover. I'm going to move this because you weren't in front of it, obviously. And so it's going to be like there. And there's cover on their side, too. But so you can be behind cover, and if you're behind cover, it might be that you're somewhere else in the room, but this is all just, to keep track of stuff. So this guy is going to shoot at Lauren again with his gun. And you're an AC 5.
Yep.
He hits you for 3 damage.
Okay.
This is going good.
Yeah. All right, Lauren, it's your turn.
Well,
Well, they also all got to go first, basically, so.
yeah, because we rolled terribly on initiative.
Yeah.
So I quickly, wait, Tactus could Could he hear me if I was to yell? / try and reach him.
You can probably contact him over the ship comms.
So I say over ship comms, "Hey Tactus, could you come give us a hand, please?
I can do that.
Thank you." And while I'm saying this, I'm charging the guy on the left with my mono blades.
Oh, that's right. You're melee. Oh, God. Yeah, so you totally get up to him. These guys are all generally located. You can just stay on your side. You don't have to run over there.
Okay.
Actually, no, you will, because that actually means you're in melee. So you're on their side of the line. I hope you survive, man.
So AC 7 combat skill bonus
Yep.
is the skill.
Your combat skill bonus is the skill. Yeah, so it's going to be...
And I would get to attack twice since I'm attacking with both of them. Correct?
Yes. I think there are rules for this. I need to find it out, but for now, you can just attack twice.
God damn.
Do remember you are a warrior, so you can dodge any damage that comes in at once per combat. Ziggy, it's your turn.
I guess I'd like to try to keep Patrick alive.
Yes, you can definitely run over to him. He's sort of like, he got hit once and went down.
Can I drag him into cover and use my
yeah, that'll be
bioscience
your move and your action. So yeah. Everybody gets one move and one action every round. So we can drag you into cover. Oops. Whoa. Yes, you're in cover, and then you're biopsionicked, Patrick. You are unconscious, but you are not dead and no longer dying. You will need to get medical attention to recover from your wounds.
Sweet.
Okay, so that's your turn. You're actually not in the initiative order anymore, so they got to all move at once. And they're basically just going to shoot at Lauren because they're right there.
God.
So I'm just going to do this 7 times. There's one. Oh, that's still a miss, but I forgot to put in the AC. Let me do this. AC of... Did I do the AC right, actually? I think I put in a 7. That's still a hit, but I did put in the wrong AC. So let me fix that now. AC of 5. Oh, that didn't work. I fucked something up. That's another hit.
I'm gonna dodge that 3 damage one,
Okay, yeah.
and that was all 4 of them.
Yes, so it's your turn.
I'm gonna run behind cover and take out my bow and shoot at one of them.
Okay. Yeah, so the cover's going to give you a bonus -2 to AC. And you run behind cover, you have your bow, you can still make your action.
I'm gonna shoot at one of them.
Good plan. Good plan.
I need to make sure which one that is.
Tacitus, can you do an athletics check? I want to
Give
see
me
how
a
long.
minute to try to find it.
It's like the first thing on the skill sheet.
I have to do.
What is that against? Strength?
Strength or agility, or I think it's just strength is the thing. So, yeah, so you miss. Yeah, you're gonna be able to get there this round. So go ahead and roll initiative. Okay, you're rolling a 5. I forgot to punch in these guys' numbers, but they're all at 8, as I recall.
8-8-3-3.
3, and so you're entering the initiative order at...
I rolled a 1.
Okay, well, yeah.
When I said 3-3, I meant for 2 of the other guys. I rolled a 2 and Ziggy rolled a 1.
Let's say that you go... Yeah, you go there.
We all rolling initiative again? What?
No.
I'm
I'm bringing Tacitus into the order.
Okay.
So now you guys are all in the right order. Basically, he's going next. So, Ziggy, in front of you is the passed out, gangly body of one Patrick Dolan, whose mind is confused and full of pain. You see his las pistol in front of you. You are more than welcome to grab it and shoot at these guys. Las pistols have a natural +1 as well to hit, so it's good. You have a weapon AB of 1 with the las pistol.
I'm wondering if we should run away.
I mean, they're on your ship. There's not a ton of place to run.
Can't retreat and negotiate or something?
I mean, you could scream out and say, "Hey, stop it." That's totally reasonable. But I mean, they boarded your ship, man. You do have remote manipulation. You might be able to use that for something.
I don't.
Oh no, you're right. You have telepathy. I'm sorry. I was looking around, seeing what you can do.
No, I was looking around the internet on why this is happening, and this is pretty normal.
Yeah. This is basically starts with like people are gonna die. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. People are suggesting try to avoid combat.
At least you're like level 2 or 3.
Don't put so many
It's
dudes
a little
against
late
us.
for that.
Get to
Yeah, I
level
mean
3.
it's 4 guys. They have worse armor than you. Like
They've just been rolling bad.
yeah, basically.
Oh, is it my turn again?
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry.
I did not even notice that.
So yeah, in front of I'm sorry, I try to call everybody by their character names, and I think it takes some time for everybody to get used to it. So yeah, I said Ziggy. In front of you is the gangly body of one Patrick Dolan, who's passed out on the floor. His las pistol's there, and there are 4 guys who have as yet taken no damage. So what do you want to do?
Okay, I thought you were talking to a guy who came in, who could grab the pistol and shoot.
No, he's going
totally
after.
misheard.
He's going
Okay.
after you. You're right next to him. So
Yeah, I might as well grab the pistol because I'm not running up there with my stun baton.
yeah, it's probably a good plan. Yeah, you can tell how they feel, and
What are the stats on a laser pistol so I can
it's
drop this down?
1d4 and weapon AB of 1. That's all that matters. I'm not going to worry too much about ammo. At least till we all get the hang of things. So
All right. So now I get to shoot at someone?
absolutely.
Closest one to us.
Yep. So go ahead and click the little attack button if you haven't put it in your gear.
And the AC7.
Yep. And everything else should be a 0.
I don't get to rest the pistol on the cover I'm behind or anything.
You know what? I would let you, but it'd only get you a +2. So, yeah, you still missed. Tacitus, you come in to see all of this gunfire going on amidst your cargo. Patrick is passed out on the floor. You can clearly see him. Ziggy is shooting stuff. Lauren has got a bow out. And there are 4 guys at the other end. Like, what do you do? What do you think?
At least I'm not passed out from alcohol this time, guys.
I am gonna run and take cover with Lauren.
Okay. Yes, you book it over there, no problem. You can still make your action. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna shoot my rifle at
Oh, you have a rifle?
this guy.
What kind of rifle do you have?
I don't know. It just said rifle.
So it's just like a generic rifle.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, go for it. Weapon, or its AC is 7. on these
That's a
guys.
projectile one, not a laser.
Yep.
Yes, it is. You got some extra
Gonna
rounds
hurt.
for that bad boy? You
I
got-
do.
Oh, I don't see.
They should be in
He's got 6 shots.
I put it in other equipment. I bought 20 rounds.
Okay.
Oh, should that be in the ammo spot?
It should be in the gear spot.
Okay.
But it's no big
whatever.
deal. As long as you have it somewhere, I don't really care. Yeah, so... so I should note that any expert can re-roll any failed test. I'm going to say it includes these as well. It doesn't really say for clear in the book.
I'm
so you
fine
could-
with how it is.
Okay. Yeah, so you miss. Take an ammo off. These guys are back. Now they're shooting against you with an extra -2 because you're all behind cover. Good plan. There's no real cover for them. Like all the like you're basically in the entrance to the room, and they're like came in through the ceiling. They're in the hallways, so they're kind of grouped up. They're taking as much cover as they can in the 6-foot wide hallway, but they're not really getting any bonus for it. They're gonna shoot, and you guys all have an extra -2 to your AC, which is a good thing. So I believe that makes your AC 3, right, Lauren?
Yes.
All right, so they're gonna shoot at you. How did that not go off? Is that not showing up for anybody else too?
It's not showing up.
Weird. I'm gonna try that again. Oh, you know what it is? I think I put a -2 in there and it got confused. It's a 3. Okay, so they missed on that first one. The second guy is gonna shoot at the new guy. What's your AC, Tacitus?
I think it's 5. Yes. No. Yes, it's 5.
So he hits you for 3 damage.
Okay.
And that's the second one. One's gonna take a pot shot at Ziggy. What's your AC, Ziggy?
Currently 5.
Okay, so it's a 3.
Where do I put
It's a
the
miss.
damage?
Put it,
Subtract it from your hit points. Not the
Yeah.
max one, but there's a one right next to max
Yeah.
HP that just says hit points.
yes, hit points. And then
Okay, I got it now.
and the last guy is going to shoot. I'm just going to roll 1d4, and that's going to be from left to right. 4. He's going to shoot at Lorne. Whoa, that's not right. Yeah, and he misses as well. Now, one of them sort of shouts, he's like, "We got you dead to rights, guys. Just give us the cargo."
Fuck you and your mother. And I shoot another arrow.
Okay.
God damn it!
I don't know, man. All right, so that's your thing, Ziggy. You're up.
Has anyone hit them?
Nope.
Nope. What's really great is that I rolled HP for all of them, and they don't have a lot of HP. Like, you could hit them once and probably kill all of them. Except for one of the guys might take 2 shots.
I mean,
It's up to you,
honestly,
Zig.
I have a laser pistol and a Lazarus patch and 1 psi point.
You should
And a
have
radio beacon in my survival kit.
You should have 2 side points.
Distress. I used 1.
Oh, for when?
Patrick.
Stasis for Patrick.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
I'm keeping him alive right now.
Yeah, good job, by the way. Hopefully, we can get through this first session without a TPK. That would be great.
I guess I'll have to fire my laser pistol at this guy right here.
I'm a laser.
Shoop de whoop.
So actually, in your survival kit, can you make a luck save for me? It's right
Before
under.
or after firing.
We'll make it now because it might change what you want to do.
all right,
It's
luck
right
save.
under your saving throws. It's the 3rd section.
Shit, it's all distorted because the sheet doesn't work. Hang on. I don't know which one it is. All right, there we go.
Yeah. So you look quickly in your mind and think about what's in your survival kit, and you're pretty sure there's no med kit in there. So shucks darn. Yeah. So you can shoot your pistol. Hot dog. You missed. You rolled a 3. You guys are like, all right, Tacitus, you're up.
I will take another shot of my rifle at the same guy.
All right, which guy you shooting? The best. All right, cool.
Guys, we are fucking stormtroopers right now.
You really are.
We're so goddamn accurate.
How is it like you're putting this? You're rolling a 2, man. I can't help you if you roll 2s. All right, they're gonna do another
No,
round of these
I'm
guys.
gonna re-roll that. I'm gonna
Okay.
use my re-roll.
Okay.
Yeah. The last rolls from us: a 2, a 3, a 4.
Out of 4. A 3 out of 4, though. I'm rolling a 1d4 for the laser.
There you go. Which guy? You were shooting this guy in the far end, right? Far left.
Yes, far left.
You
Please
shoot
be dead.
him, and it cracks him right in the upper rib cage, right next to the sternum, and his chest blows out. He is dead. You did 7 damage. Yeah, he's way dead.
Finally.
Really dead.
Does that
It's-
count as 2 on my ammo, or is it
Uh,
like a
no.
magical reroll?
No, it's a magical reroll.
Okay.
It's like a fate point. You can think of it that way. It's not quite as good as a fate point in that it can't protect you from death. But otherwise, it's
But I can.
yes. All right, so yeah, you kill him. You kill him dead, and now it's their turn. We're gonna roll. Here's what we're gonna do. Roll 1d20 plus. You all have AC 5, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I have 7 naturally.
Okay, so I'll just have to do it this way.
Minus
Oh.
2 because of cover.
Yeah, so you have a net AC 5. Okay. Yeah, 1d20 plus 3. 1d20 plus 3. 20. He's going to shoot at each of you, basically. Or roll them all at once. Boom! Okay, so Tacitus, you get hit. Nobody else does. I'm going to roll 1d4 as their damage, and he hits you for 4 damage.
So I'm knocked out.
Damn!
Does my hit points go to negative or just 0?
It just sits at 0. You just at 0
Okay.
now.
I don't really see any detail on biostasis. Does it have a range? Is it a touch?
It's a touch thing. Actually, no. I think it's anything in your sight, isn't it? A lot of these skills are basically anything within your
I
sight.
need to
Is
reread the psionics section later.
biostasis. Wounded teammate with a touch for biostasis. And may restore life to a creature he is touching that has been dead for no more than 6 rounds. So yeah, you have to actually touch them. You can make the distance, but there's only like, I know it looks like a lot, but there's only like 6 feet between the boxes here. There's not. I'm gonna move you guys.
Yeah, but if I leave Patrick, will his
No,
biostasis
he's in a coma. Like he's fine. You can leave him.
Okay.
I mean, you were just there because I assumed you were there because of cover, not because of Patrick.
I dragged him to cover, and we both happened to be there, but I didn't know if I had to keep my hand on him or what.
Nope. He's in a state of biopsionic coma. I'm making this a little bit nicer. So he's totally fine where he is. Yeah. Okay. That's their turn. Lauren, you're up.
Oh, also, Patrick, you have 2 system strain points on you
According to what I'm reading here.
from using the biostasis.
Yes, you should mark those on your sheet. They'll go away 1 per day every day.
Marked.
Lauren, it's
Sorry
your turn.
about that.
We just got this ship. No, we're giving over our cargo.
Lauren, Tim, are you muted?
Yes, I was. Sorry.
Ah!
Every freaking time. We just got this ship. Don't worry, we're handing anything over. And I fire again.
Slowly marching to a TPK.
I'm okay.
Ziggy, it's your turn. Who do you want to shoot?
I think I need to save our other crewmate here.
Oh, that's true. I mean, you
Can
can
I
leave
run
them for
without-
up to 3 rounds. So, after 3 rounds, so you can make it across here in 1 round. This is 1 move action to get between these 2 sets of cover.
Well, I might as well
Uh,
shoot now, and then next round head over and save him.
Yeah. As long as you get there within 3 before the 3rd round is out, so you can shoot this turn and next turn, and then run over there and heal them, and you'll be just fine. Barring the fact that you might get shot along the way.
Yeah, I'll just take a shot at the guy on the right.
Okay.
7.
Oh, you
Ouch.
hit
Yes.
for 1 damage. Which guy were you shooting?
Wow.
You're shooting this guy? Oh, okay. Yeah, so you hit him, but it only clips his arm.
Oh, the damage. Well, I don't know if you want to have him reroll it. The damage is supposed to be 1d6, not 1d4.
For a
On the
last
laser
pistol? I think it's 1d4.
Yeah.
I think you're wrong. pretty sure it's 1d4.
Look up equipment.
Addition.
1d6.
Oh, you're right. So these guys should be doing more damage, but I'm not going to make it that way. So go ahead and re-roll 1d6. We'll see if you hit him harder.
Oops.
Slash roll, yeah. All right, that's not bad. Yeah, so you hit him. It clips him pretty hard in the arm, but it doesn't hurt, like knock him out or anything.
So we have low HP.
Yeah, so
Why?
a few of
3
these
is
guys,
low.
a couple of these guys have low HP. In fact, I'd say 2 of them have low HP. One of them has pretty low HP, and one of them has relatively high HP. He's the guy who would have taken about 2 hits. He might take 3 of those hits. But yeah, so you clip him in the arm pretty good. Go ahead and roll a luck save. Let me see which arm you hit him in. Yeah, so you hit him in the gun arm, so he actually he dropped his gun. It's on the floor. He's disarmed. Oh crap! I hit the wrong button. You managed to disarm him. Once my thing loads up, I'll be able to mark that on his sheet. What can we use for disarmed? Let me say, wedge. Okay, cool. So this guy is disarmed. That means there are only 2 shots to go around this round. While this guy gets rearmed. So this guy runs out. He's actually out of any sort of cover, out in the middle of everything, trying to pick up his gun. And he manages to pick it up, but he's out there for the rest of the turn. So he's in a dangerous spot, easy to hit. He's going to have a minus or +1 to his AC. The other guys are going to shoot at you. And they're going to roll 1d20 +3 at Lauren. And they didn't miss on both of you. So this guy out in front is at a 8 AC right now. But the other guys are 7. So Lauren, what do you want to do?
I want to shoot at the guy with the slightly higher AC right now, since he's probably going to take a bit more damage.
Okay. Why is this all fucking...
Maybe not shoot the weaker guys and try to communicate with him or take him prisoner.
Nah, fuck him.
He seems to be the leader.
I just hit him for 5. Freaking finally.
Man.
He's not much of a leader anymore.
All right, which guy are you hitting? Guy in front?
Yeah, that guy.
Fucking William Telled that bitch.
In the face.
Yeah, so you fire this arrow with a flung, and it flies through the air and pierces the guy through the eye and comes out the back, and he just plops on the ground, and he's dead.
Yes.
The other 2 guys are, they see this, and they're terrified. They're like, this isn't worth it. I'm getting out of here. And they turn around and start to run. But you have another shot to take there, Ziggy, before they get a chance to.
I'd like to charge him down with my stun baton. I get a chance.
I mean, you can make it to him this round if you want to go out there and stun him.
Oh, is it my turn now?
Yes, it is.
All right.
I don't know if you can see the turn order, but it'll show you in the turn order.
Yep, I see that now. Yeah, I'd like to run out to the guy that's closest to me and see if I can hit him with my stun baton.
Yeah, so you can just pick one. They're about the same distance from you. Yeah. Go ahead and make your attack roll. Your stun baton.
One thing I didn't know what to put in the field is weapon AB. I didn't see anything like that.
It should be 0, I believe, for that. Let me double check. But the weapon
So you
AB
said
is
1 for the laser pistol.
Yeah. So some weapons are naturally good at hitting things. Check the weapon. Any melee weapon. Stun baton. Yeah. Damage can only leave him unconscious but not kill him. Oh, that's neat. Yeah. So there's no. It's with your strength. So you're going to do 1d8 plus your strength. I'm sorry, you're going to do 1d20 plus your strength and then the AC of 7. And this guy will take 1d8 damage. So go ahead and make those rolls. But it has a weapon AB of 0. Pretty much only artifact weapons and laser weapons are going to have non-zero weapon ABs.
So attribute modifier would be my strength would be
Yes.
-1.
Yes.
Other modifier none.
Yeah. So you swing at him with the with your sun baton, but it sort of like just stuns the air in front of him. You can hear the arc of the taser or whatever at the end of it. And these guys are running up to where their ship is remora locked, and they're grabbing onto like a rope ladder, but they're not able to get the whole way up. So you're going to have one more shot at both of them. Lauren, it's your turn. What do you do?
Am I able to run up to them and attack in melee if I want to?
You could roll an athletics check.
I would assume that'd be against dexterity.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably be able to get up there in one move action.
I'm going to do that and attack one of them with both my mono blades.
Yeah, so you get up there and the guys are there, and you can attack them. One of them starts kicking at you in the head.
It's one.
Oh, you hit him. Which guy do you want to hit? Left or right?
I'm thinking the right guy.
Yeah, that's the guy that had 1 hit point, so you basically cut him in half. Yeah, this guy is 6.5. Yeah, he's
Quake
just
style.
a spray of viscera and goo. The other guy, actually, can you roll a luck save?
I can. Give it a second.
I'm gonna see which guy is gonna. Yeah, so that guy was kicking you. The one that you didn't kill, he actually kicks you in the head, and you don't have like a dodge skill, obviously. I guess he's just gonna make an attack against you.
I mean, I could maybe make an evasion save.
You know what? Yeah, I'll buy that. Make an evasion save. We'll see if you manage to get out of it. Yeah, so he goes to kick you, and he sort of sails past you and then climbs up the rest of the rope and gets out. The hole in your hull is still attached to the ship, but you can start to hear it whir and spin as if it's going to come undone and expose the room to hard vacuum. What do you guys do? Combat's over, so you
Wait,
can do
they
it.
docked through a punctured hole in our hull?
Basically, yeah. So Remorlock, they literally
docking.
they attach themselves to your hull with magnets, drilled a hole in the outside of your hull, but attach something on the outside to
Could
keep
have
it.
told us that.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I should have
I
explained.
thought
it
there was
better.
like an airlock that everybody. There's like a universal docking.
No,
Air-
it's
something.
there are those things, but that's not how they attach. They were. This is a combat action, so they basically they grabbed onto your ship, drilled their tube through the outside of your ship, and jumped in and thought they were gonna be hot shit and kill you all, which they were almost right. So there's that. Yeah, you figure. Do any of you have tech? Any of the conscious people here have tech astronautics?
At -1, yes.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and roll it. If you had it as a skill, I just tell you what happened. But go ahead and roll tech astronautics
That's int, right?
Against what?
against int. Yeah. Yeah. So you know that you have about 30 seconds to get everybody to an airlocked thing. Now, fortunately, the door is pretty close by, but you need to get your 2 other crew members to that airlocked thing as well.
Ziggy, go get Tashius. Heal and
What?
Or I don't know how to say your name.
Tacitus.
Tacitus. Tacitus. Go get him, heal him, and run for the door. I'll get Patrick.
All right, yeah. So can you both make an athletics check? I want to see how long it takes you to get to the door.
Against Dex?
Against strength, you're carrying somebody.
Shit.
Yeah, so you get out no problem, Lauren. Yeah, you actually both do. You manage to get out the door. You lock it behind you, and you hear the whoosh as all the atmosphere from that room rushes out. but you managed to lock the door behind you. The ship has detached, and it is getting ready to like fly away. You over comms, so the comms come through the whole ship, and it says, this shit ain't worth it. We're getting out of here, and the ship soars off into space, leaving you otherwise unmolested. So
I have an out-of-character question on how the
Absolutely.
ship works and the crew. Are we the only people on this ship, or is there
Yes.
a crew that mans it?
you are the
It's a
only people on
giant-ass
this ship.
starship.
You are the
Okay.
only people on this ship. It's like Firefly, right? You guys are the crew. There's nobody else here. You can hire people to be on the ship that are like NPCs. So you can hire a mechanic, you can hire a butler, all those things. They cost money per day, and we can do that when we get there. But yeah, so you guys managed to survive the raiders of H04, whatever. Yeah, so after you guys kind of recover from that, your ship didn't take any damage, really. Like, that hole in the cargo is going to be trivially fixed. It's not even going to really cost anything. Maybe 100 credits to get it sort of patched. In fact, you might be able to do it yourself once you're in dock. But it looks like everything was A-okay. So you guys head back to the medical bay, I assume, to drop these guys off and treat your wounds, correct?
Indeed. Are we also running the risk of possibly losing some of our cargo?
No, it's tonnage, so these are vacuum-packed grains in massive
It all just
cargo
got sucked
containers.
out the hole?
Well, the hole was only 6 or 8 feet wide. These cargo containers are like from a barge, like the big cargo containers. They're not going to get sucked out just by depressurization. In fact, most of the time people would have their cargo holds maybe depressurized, even not totally enough so you could survive there, but they wouldn't have it at full pressure just because it's not worth it. So yeah, you're totally fine on your cargo.
Okay.
I need to find the healing section. I think you guys heal like some amount per day. If someone finds it before me, feel free to tell me how it works. Yeah, every day a character regains hit points equal to his level when he first wakes up. If he spends the day doing nothing but resting, he gains additional hit points equal to his level, +2 for every level of tech medical possessed by his attending physician. So you're definitely in that second class, but I believe your navigator...
What page is that?
That is page 63. I believe your navigator is Tacitus.
Yes.
That's
So,
correct.
Unless one of you wants to try navigating, I recommend waiting for him to wake up, which will take a day.
Yeah, we can wait, I think.
Okay, so you both of you passed out people, and Lauren, are you gonna rest too, or are you gonna like stay awake and try to help? And
I think I was gonna rest a bit as well because I'm kind of hurt.
all right, yeah. So you guys all head over to the med bay, and Ziggy, I imagine this is kind of like you've moved into the ship, you have quarters, but you also have the med bay because you're pretty much the only doctor here of any caliber. So
And they're going to gain a lot of hit points because I have tech medical.
Yeah. So, how have you set up the med bay? Like, you spent some time in here at all? Tried to like
How large
this
is it?
thing? I'd say it's the size of like a good sized room. So maybe like 20.
Like the one in Firefly?
That's yeah.
Or
Or like it's like sick bay, right? So it's like you have some room to maneuver and you have some beds, maybe 4 or 5 beds.
Couple beds. Okay. Well, then we'll put them on the, a bed apart because we have 2 people that are passed out.
Yeah.
I'd have, the beds will be lined up against a wall. Various medical equipment opposite the beds, whatever chambers or testing equipment would be around.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are all in bed for a day. Tim, can you mark off 5 more or 4 more person days of life support?
Mm-hmm.
And you all gain back your level plus your level again plus whatever your tech medical is. Zigs.
2 points per my 1 level of tech medical. You gain 2 HP for that.
Yeah, so it's 3 total, right? Because it's 1 for their level, 1 for resting.
Sweet, I'm back up to full health,
That'd be 4.
guys.
That'd be 4 then.
Oh, because you have 2 points of tech medical?
No, it says they gain 2 more for every level.
Oh, you're right.
of
You're
tech
totally
medical.
right. Absolutely. So yeah, 4 hit points for everybody.
4 for everyone.
Wow, you're a good doctor, man. I'm going to go ahead and knock this off.
That was intentional. Went through a lot of training.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Basically, you're probably a pretty good doctor. I mean, wherever you're from, like, you must have been a doctor because you're an academic.
It's the biggest population planet, billions of people.
So yeah, like I guess in Firefly, like you're the guy who brought his sister on. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't either.
Best
Dr.
doctor
Slicker.
ever. Yeah. So you guys rest for a day and can get going again. Tacitus, you're actually pretty much at full health as well. So I think everybody's more or less full health. I'm gonna go back to the star map here. You don't need to sit on this screen. Yeah. So. You can keep navigating. You're moving into a manned system next, like a place where people live. So it's probably going to be a little safer than these unmanned systems. So you can make your navigation roll if you like. Obviously, what you spent during that 6 days. By the way, you should remove 6 times 4 days of life support as well, if you haven't already, Tim.
Did we gain any XP from that encounter?
You did not. So the way XP works, you gain XP for your beliefs, instincts, and goals, and you'll probably get you get money when you complete missions, and you did not die, and that is your reward for completing an encounter. So XP comes from completing goals or having your beliefs get you into trouble. That's basically it.
We don't get any XP at the end of the
So
session.
yeah, go ahead and make your navigation roll.
Are we ready to leave?
I mean, there's nothing else to do in the system, so other than get attacked by more pirates.
Okay.
Yes, please leave. I'd rather not get attacked again.
Is that evaluated on intelligence navigation?
Yes. Navigation is almost always... Well, so there's some cases where it'll be wisdom, but it's usually intelligence. Yeah, so you make that just fine and make your way to Kanseco. Now, you're in an actual system with actual people and, police and stuff. You have 1 fuel left, I believe, so make sure you mark down the fuel that you've been using, Tim.
Yep.
And you should mark off another 6 times 4 person days of life support. How much life support do you have left?
304 days worth.
Nice. You should have 1 fuel left. So you can make another jump, or you can hang around in Kanseco for a while.
Could go to Ballesteros for fuel, I suppose, right?
Yep.
Or a nearby, and that's a very populated planet. That's my home planet. That's why I suggested it.
Could also
I don't know what
potentially get patched
what
up.
surprises could await us, but
So are you like in character like, hey, we should go to Ballesteros? I live there. It's a great planet.
we
Maybe
could
we fix
yeah,
a giant hole. Yeah.
in character. We could stop by Ballesteros and get our ship fixed up, get some fuel, maybe do a little bit of relaxation with what measly credits we have, and then get back on the road.
Yeah, it
Is there a
sounds like
time limit on our delivery?
it. So
Before the end of September is what she said. So
And what's today's date?
it is 12 plus 13 days past August 22nd. So the 2nd of September. Sweet, I need to keep track of that actually. So thank you for reminding me. It is
Didn't think of that.
I think it's the 2nd of September. So you have to the end of September to deliver it.
yeah. And we're gonna have to wait another 6 days anyway for the ship to kind of cool down a bit, if you will.
Yeah, so I've already accounted for that. So this
Oh,
is
you
at
did.
the end of that. So during those 6 days you could go. That's totally reasonable.
That's what I was kind of getting at. Might as well go during the 6 days that we would have to wait anyway.
Makes sense.
All right, so that would mean, let's see. So it's the way it works is you're in drive space for about 3 days, then you're out of drive space for about 3 days. So it's been it's 22 plus 9, which is 31st. 30 days after September, April, June, yeah. So it's the 31st of August. It's the end of the month, and you don't have to pay this month, but you will have to pay next month. So don't worry about that just yet. Yeah, so you guys fly over to Ballesteros, you said?
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be great. So I have a macro that says accent on it, and I've listed in that macro. There's a rollable table for every accent that I know how to do. You are not required, even though you're from here, to do this accent. Though I welcome you to, if you prefer. However, every time we go to a new planet, I'm going to roll an accent for it, and then I'll try to do that accent. Let me see if I can get into it. All right. So you get there, and yeah, what do you guys want to do there? Like, where are you going? You just going back to wherever you lived, Ziggy, or?
No real desire. We don't really have time for that. Let's just get the ship fixed and.
All right, so you kind of fly into the space yard, and you land, and one of the sort of space yard attendants comes up to you and goes, "Hey, what do you need?"
Preferably something to fix that hole in the side.
Hey, why do you have a fucking hole in the side of your ship?
Yeah,
That's fucking terrible.
it's fucking pirates.
Oh, fuck pirates, I hate them. Ah, we could fix that up. It wouldn't be not but a wee problem to fix. Yeah, it'll probably cost you like 100 credits just for the sheet metal. You have that, laddie, do you?
I do.
All right, yeah, and he gives you like a basically an iPad to like scan your identification so he knows who's there. He's like, can you scan that for me?
Indeed.
All right,
Nice.
brilliant.
I scan it for him.
So he's like, all right, it's going to be like a day, maybe two. It shouldn't be too hard to fix. I just need to break out the welder.
Sounds good. I'll just pay you now, and we'll be good to go.
Sure thing. You need anything else while you're here? Fuel, life support, whatever.
How much are you charging for fuel?
Oh, let me find my thing in the page. Here, hold on. I need to find it.
Do we even have any money?
I'm
You have a bit.
I
You stole
whisper.
some guy's wallet, so...
I have 50 credits.
I'm paying for it out of pocket right now. I have like 500 to work with.
Oh, look at that. Mr. Richie over here, eh?
Did
And he looks
your
over...
wife go crazy with multiple personality disorder listening to you?
If you thought this was bad, you haven't seen anything yet. I don't know if someone can find fuel in the book before I do, then let me know what it is, but I know there's a set price for it. If not, I'm going to take that price.
Refueling. This cost is multiplied by.
What is the page number you're on?
I am currently on 69.
Refueling. 100 credits per drive rating. Multiplied by 2 for frigates, 4 for cruisers. So you are a frigate, and you have a spike drive of 1. It's 200 credits per fuel. You can also scoop it as well for free, and it takes 6 days to scoop fuel. You are in a system with a star, so you can do that.
Yeah, we could potentially do that if needed. We have one fuel right now.
And Minushi also has a star, so you can do it there too.
What do you think, guys? Should we?
I should also note that
Sounds expensive.
this is spike fuel. This is not like maneuvering fuel. Maneuvering fuel you don't need any fuel for. You can have no spike fuel and be just fine. You just won't be able to make spike jumps.
We have enough fuel for another spike jump. You think we should just scoop after we deliver all these goods to Minushi? Guys,
If we can afford it, I think it might be a wise. Well, we could just collect. Yeah, let's just keep going. That's my vote.
Hey, all right. So I'll get that fixed for you. It's like I said, it's going to be a couple days. So there's some nice places around here you can go over. And he starts listing off some local landmarks. And he's actually kind of looking around at all of you, and he looks at you like once or twice, Ziggy, and he goes, "Hi, you from around here?"
Yeah. Yeah, I was trained here.
You trained here, so you're not from here, are you?
Well, I lived here most of my life, but I'm not sure.
Well,
where
I'm
I was
asking
born.
because you have no accent. It's very odd.
I wasn't born here.
Aye. Well, you look like you're from around here. You look like you know the place. I need a Scottish name. Hold on one second. Gaelic, I guess. There's no way I'm able to pronounce a Gaelic name. I'm gonna butcher it terribly. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, it's not on here. Damn. I guess I'll just go with pick an English name and then just give it a Mac something for its last name. Which name? My name's Finley McLewis. Who are you?
My friends call me Zig.
Aye, Zig. That's a good Scotch name, isn't it?
I suppose.
Space
All right.
Scots.
All right, I need to write this down in my thing. You guys met Finley McLewis. Aye, if you ever need anything around here, you make sure you come to Finley McLewis, the best damn mechanic on Ballesteros.
Will
I'll
do.
try to remember that. You got a business card or anything?
Aye, I do. And he walks over and he just sort of holds his iPad in your general direction. You feel a buzz in your your comm pad thing, which is like his phone. He's like, aye, I know you like it. All right, laddie, I'll see you later. You can show him around.
Yeah, I'll see you later. Guy, I didn't write your name down. Sorry.
Finley McLewis, don't
Finley,
forget it.
thanks.
And so he walks up onto the ship and is like, hey, and he starts screaming at somebody else, and an unintelligible set of sounds come out of his mouth. But he's talking to another one of his Scottish buddies to come, grab the welder and start welding stuff. Finley McLewis, man. I rolled my accent button and it said Scottish. I'm like, fuck yes. I got this one. All right, so
Time to shine.
you guys hang out there for a couple days. What are you guys doing in the meantime? I mean, you don't have any money.
Oh, I have
You
some
know your
money.
way around. Well, you have money, but you know your way around, Ziggy. So
Do we need brownies?
Yes.
I'm jonesing.
Ziggy, where's the nearest chocolate shop? We're gonna make brownies.
yeah, chocolate shop. All right.
All right. Do I need to roll the check against my culture world?
You can roll against your culture world. I think that makes sense.
All right. Let's see if I can find a chocolate shop for you. Do I remember where it's at?
So that's what you're. So okay, there are 3 things you can try.
Okay.
If you remember where it's at, like and you have an idea, I'm gonna ask you for all the details of this chocolate shop. That's the consequence of this. But then you just roll navigation, and I'll let you roll navigation like a +2 because you spent time.
Navigation. Oh, so it's not against my culture.
If you want to think, oh yeah, I heard about this place, that would be against your culture.
That's what I want to roll because that's the skill I have. I just want to use the skill.
All right, yeah. So roll your culture.
That'd be against wisdom.
Yeah, I think so. It's like your knowledge of the place, right? Like it's, oh yeah, I heard about this thing this one time. It's that kind of thing. Yeah.
Does Constitution count for anything other than physical, status of a person?
There are cases like diseases and poisons. You'll roll like a resistance. Actually, that's going to be a physical save. There might be cases where you use it, but generally speaking, Constitution is really used for hit points, and hit point gaining.
Gotcha. Apparently.
Yeah, so you lead them off in a direction that you believe to be right. Now, when you were here, what did you do here?
I grew up here and trained at the largest psionics facility.
Right. So you have medical and sci-tech, so I guess maybe it's like a psychic hospital.
I don't know why. I haven't thought about the whole med tech part, but the idea was that I'm researching sci-tech and psionics to further my own studies, to just learn more about it, and
so you're kind of like
looking for pre-tech.
maybe you're studying the sci-tech to like do medical stuff, like you're studying medical sci-tech.
Well, they told me I needed to get a degree, so I became a doctor.
Yeah. So, is your mother Jewish?
I couldn't just study for academics.
Tell me right now
They
your
dropped
mother
that.
is Jewish.
You never call me.
You never call me.
Wait, that's
so
my
I feel
holiday
like-
fruit cake.
No, so that's what's happening right now. So, I need to make a Jewish Scottish mother. Just give me a second. You never call me. There we go. I like that. All right, that's perfect. So you're walking to your old haunt around the psychic hospital where you trained, and there's a lot of biopsionists there. A lot of people with telepathy as well for empathy, so they have good bedside manner. So I think that fits really perfectly. And yeah, you're heading that way, and you feel in your pocket, buzzing, and it's your phone. Do you answer it?
Can I tell who's calling by looking at it since it's a piece of technology?
Yeah, you can totally look, and it says in big, friendly letters, whatever you call your mom, mom, mother.
Sure, I'd answer this.
Yeah, so you get it, and it goes, "You never call me. I get so lonely. I heard you're on the planet. Your phone beat me."
Hey, Ma. Yeah, we
Oh.
stopped here to fix our ship.
Why
How you
didn't you
doing?
come visit me? I'm all alone up here since your
Baby,
dad and whatever.
We're kind of pressed for time, but
You don't have enough time for your mother.
I guess we could stop in and
that's
say
me.
hello.
You don't love me anymore.
We can
That's
stop
so
by for tea.
lonely. Oh, you're gonna stop by for tea?
Sure. Put a pot of tea on, and we'll be by in a few hours.
Oh, that'll be so wonderful. Your father is your father alive?
No.
Okay, your
My mother
father.
wasn't supposed to be either, so I'm not sure why we went here. But
Maybe it's your auntie. Like, so I need a family member, man. I need this
family
to
member.
work.
I didn't see.
Do you
I
have
had
an
a brother?
Well, that's not gonna
I-
work for a brother. Okay, maybe it's.
I don't know
Maybe
what
it's
you're
He's
going
a
to be
very
doing with it.
effeminate brother.
No, it's totally your brother now.
You just translate it into, "Hey, man, you never call." I mean, come on. It's if that's all you're going for.
No, because I love the voice. I've
Ah.
never done a Scottish Jewish mother voice. So it's all right. I'll put on a pot of
Judgment call. Go
tea,
ahead.
you fucking asshole. he chuckles and he goes, "All right, I'll have some fucking whiskey for you when you get here, you piece of shit." And he clicks off the phone, and it's actually your brother who's calling you, and he wants you to come by and visit because he heard you were on the planet. So you do get to the chocolate shop, and it's just nice. It's like a candy, like bakery shop kind of thing. And the guy behind the counter goes, "Aye, can I help you?"
Yeah, I'm looking for some chocolate.
You have a weird bag on your head.
Some call it a bag, some call it a badge of honor. Some.
I'll take it, laddie. What kind of chocolate you looking for?
You got any good space Swedish chocolate?
Aye, over there. And he points to one side of the. I'm actually like I'm blending in a little bit to like my normal speaking voice. It's anyway. Yeah, he points over to one side of the shop. And he's like, "Yeah, we got some. It's pretty hard to come by, to be honest with you."
How much for, say, 2 pounds of it?
£2. Oh, it's about 10 credits a pound, so 20 credits. I can do math.
Can you now, Daddy?
Oh, don't try to make fun of my accent. You trying to make fun of my accent?
What if I am?
I'll come out there and fight you. And he like holds up his fists in sort of a playful manner. He's not being serious. He's just being silly.
All right, Daddy. Let's get to it now.
All right,
3
make a-
pounds.
£3. All right, it's 30 credits, laddie.
30 credits it is.
All right, done. So you can add 3 pounds of space chocolate, Swedish, to your inventory and subtract 30. I don't know why you care. Fine. Yeah, you definitely have 33 pounds. 3 fucking pounds of space chocolate.
How much encumbrance is that?
It's encumbrance 1.
I'm gonna have to put that in my gear in order to account for that.
Oh man, I think we've killed Butch. Like he likes the Scots, all right? All right, so yeah, you guys, that's probably, you got there, bought some chocolate, maybe you did some other like miscellaneous shopping, nothing that you actually spend money on. Then you go over to Ziggy Mindfuck's brother's house. I guess it's more probably like an apartment. It's a big city. What's your brother's name? And obviously he has the accent and you don't, so we're gonna have to explain that.
He's adopted.
Right, and we also have a German surname, so,
Yeah, he Y'all are weird, man. Well, so I mean, part of this too is like it might be that this world was originally settled by German and Scottish people, and it just sort of like worked out that the Germans got more of the naming.
Well, there is no native population here, so everybody just kind of flocked to it.
Yeah, so native population means there's no like, yeah, actually, so yeah, it might be just two worlds happen to be,
Think Coruscant.
yeah. So it might be that you just happen to live in like the Scottish district and he picked up the accent because he thought it was
Sure.
fun.
What would his name be? Shit.
If you can't make something up, I can.
Hans.
Hans.
Hans. Yeah.
Hans Mindfuck. Okay. Hans Mindfuck. Ziggy's brother.
There's our cousin Adolf. We don't talk about him though.
Adolf doesn't talk about him. Okay, that's all written down. Balestros is also, I need to put Balestros, Scottish, but you said it's also like Coruscant, so many other accents. Okay. Yeah, so if this, yeah, that makes sense actually. This is a sort of a cosmopolitan world. Yeah, and I'm going to write down Finley.
I went to the wiki and picked out the largest population I could
Yeah.
find.
Finley McLewis, Scottish.
There's just not as much focus on Doctor. That's really just to help the crew. I'm fleshing out the backstory and research stuff. Well,
Yeah.
it'll be better next week.
Yeah, that's fine. A lot of this is going to be developed like this. It's going to be like, oh, you know someone here. Who do you know? That happens a lot with Culture Criminal and Culture Spacer. Same thing with Culture Traveler, actually. Culture Traveler is like cosmopolitan people. They have a home world, but they like are in like the Travelers Guild, the group of people who space travel for fun. So, yeah, they're like Travelers bars and stuff. Yeah, so you get there and your brother greets you and goes, "Hi, Ziggy, how are you?"
Pretty good. You know, found a crew to travel the stars.
Hi, these them, the wee lasses.
Yep.
All right,
Guys,
come on
this
in.
is
Come in.
my-
He sort of like
my long
gestures
lost
you
brother.
in. He gestures you in, and he's like, "Oh, come on in, laddies."
Thank you.
He's like, "Beer's in the fridge. Scotch is on the counter."
Well, obviously
Oh,
Scotch.
Aye, man after my own heart. I'm gonna like you.
Mind if I also borrow your kitchen for a little bit and a couple of your pots and pans? I want to make some space brownies.
Aye, what kind of space brownies? I don't want any trouble.
Swedish space chocolate brownies?
That's all that's in there, laddie.
That and sugar.
Fair enough. All right, go ahead.
Yay!
Dude, why do people keep questioning your brownies? What the fuck is going on?
He's just, and he kind of looks over at you, Patrick, and goes, "You just got one of those faces, lassie." And he points to the bag on his head. You ask those kind of questions when those kind of people come around. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, all right.
All right, lassie. Do you need a beer? Do you need a light beer?
No beer for me, thanks.
Aye. So Ziggy, how's it going? I haven't heard from you in ages.
It's going pretty well. I am slowly remembering what has happened to me over the last couple decades. But,
Aye, you must have had some right to drink.
yeah. somewhere along
Attaboy.
the way.
Is Hans older or younger than you?
A few years younger.
Aye.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, any friends of my older brother are friends of mine. You can stay at my house while you're on the planet. I got a spare room, and, you know, he sort of points, it's a reasonably sized apartment. I don't know what he does, but he makes good money at it. And so, yeah, he's got some spare rooms, a couch and stuff. You guys can stay here if you want for the next couple days while they repair your ship.
Thanks, Hans. I appreciate it.
Aye, no problem, laddie.
Indeed. You get all the brownies you can eat.
Hey, brownies, alright. I like this crew. Alright, I can't do the accent anymore. You know, Ziggy, like, I figured you'd ask me a question about it. I just fucking making that shit up. God.
About the act? What? Wait, what?
The accent. Did you not notice the accent? You don't have an accent. Why would I? I'm your goddamn brother.
I
Yeah,
thought you
brother.
were just making this shit up because you're the GM. I just figure it's truth. I don't know what's going on here.
No, this is
Sorry.
Hans talking to you. Like
Okay,
Hans was
all right.
Hans was playing another trick on you.
Gotcha. Oh my god, this is hard. It's hard to follow. Sorry.
It's okay.
Late. It's late.
It's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. I just figured, you went off somewhere and got an accent. What's going on with that?
Yeah. I was just trying to fuck with you, man. Like, God, you never did get
Is
jokes.
that something you can go down to the store and buy? Just I'm gonna go down to the corner and fucking buy
And
an
looks and he
accent.
goes,
Go buy an accent.
"No, I learned how to do it after many hours of practice." See, it's not that hard.
Well, it's impressive.
Well,
Thanks for the show.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you jerking us all around.
That's my job. I am your younger brother. And he gives you a thumbs up, and he sits down and has some scotch with you, and you guys hang out for the night. I think that more or less covers what you do there. You guys say your goodbyes the next day. He says, make sure you keep in touch. He does a few other accents in the interim to the enjoyment of everyone. But you have a pretty good time. You head back to the ship. 'Cause
Question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did I heal up?
You did. You also, any system strain, I think it reduces at 1 per day. So that's probably gone.
Yeah, because the biostasis would put 2, so that's considered.
And in the meantime, for those few days as well, not only did I finish making the brownies, we're still left with we ate a pound over the course of the few days. I left a pound with Ziggy's brother, and I'm taking the other pound with us. And these brownies, I also added some whiskey.
Nice. I'm sure that's going to taste wonderful.
Oh, yes. Just saying.
All right. Fantastic. Clearly someone who's never cooked before, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so...
But they don't have dirt on them this time.
It's true.
Improvement.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you
Big
guys...
improvement.
you head back to your ship unless there's something else you wanted to do. Fidley's there. He's greets you. And he goes, "Hey, you're back. Very nice. Got it all patched up. It's pretty good if I do say so myself."
Well, let's check it out.
All right, laddie. So you walk in. I need to roll a professional one. Let's see how well he did. Let's see. Is he good or bad? He's pretty good. Yeah. So you get in, and it's you look at the cargo hold, and you come in, and there's all the grain around. He goes, "It's pretty tough. It's a big piece. You couldn't get one piece to cover the whole thing." But you see the seam, and it's very clearly been welded, but it is repaired, and it's definitely space worthy. It goes, "I did the best I can, but I don't have good tools, so."
Hey, you did what you could. Seems like a good job. Here, have a brownie.
Hey, is there anything in these brownies?
Space chocolate, sugar, and a little bit of whiskey.
Aye, that's my kind of boy. All right, and he grabs like 2 of them, and he's like, all right. Well, you guys, like I said, you ever need anything, you're back on Ballesteros, you call me, Finley McLewis.
Will do, Finley.
All right, and he walks off your ship, and you guys are otherwise space-worthy and ready to go.
Continue onward.
Let's
Continue
blow this
on.
popsicle stand.
All right, so someone needs to make me a navigation check.
I will do that.
I need to practice this other accent. Oh god. Oh, you failed. Yes, very good.
Has it been an hour? Can I reroll?
An hour since what?
An hour since the last time you used it.
Yeah, I don't. I wasn't keeping track.
Roll a luck check.
Considering the Skype call's been open for 4.5, I'd say it probably has.
Well, we did the combat not too long ago, and I don't remember either. I didn't write it down. Go ahead and roll a luck check. And if you
Is
pass,
that a luck save?
Yeah, luck save. Excuse me. Yeah, so you can use it again. You can roll again if you want.
I will do that. And I'm just gonna take a note of when I do this.
Yeah, just if you write down the time or something, that'll be sufficient. Oh, that's a pass. Okay, yeah, so you pass, navigate to Minushi, no problem. And you arrive there, and So Lauren, you have contact details as part of the mission. So you contact the appropriate people to unload your cargo, and they instruct you to land on the planet.
Idealia?
Idilia, yes, Idilia. Idilia? Yeah, I don't really care. I mean, I said it's Planet E, as far as I'm concerned. They instruct you to land there. They give you coordinates and a code to broadcast to the station. A woman comes over the line. She goes, "Yes, it'd be very appropriate if you can." That's not the right accent, but that's fine. It'd be wonderful if you could land here, sir, and deliver the goods.
Will do. I expect payment on landing.
Yes, sir. Of course, we will transmit payment as soon as the goods are offloaded.
Very well.
All right, wonderful. And she hangs up. And so you land on the planet in a spaceport. Some porters come on to start offloading the goods, and one of them comes up and goes, it'll take about probably an hour or two to offload, and then you should be ready.
Very good.
Can I get your signature here? And he basically holds out a pad for you to swipe your ID stick over.
Indeed.
All right, so you should see the payments within the hour. We're going to get to unloading. Thanks. And he walks off to start working.
Very good.
While you guys are in system, you do get some space email. Mostly it's space email from
fucking spam.
It's basically, I mean, it's not spam. Like, some of this stuff is stuff you signed up for. It's like there's a job board that you guys look at.
Hot Midgets Monthly.
Yeah, you probably get something along those lines. So there's a couple of different missions that come in. And this is end of session stuff, so we're wrapping up here. We're not going to keep going. But so there's a news report on your screen, Lorne. It's about the MSS Basilisk, a starship from the old Terran Mandate. It's been spotted nearby. Do you have culture spacer?
I have culture Thordis and criminal.
I have culture spacer.
So yeah, I guess you probably all see this because it's a news report. Can you roll if you have culture spacer?
Culture traveler.
Yeah, so you would know this too. So you know that the MSS Basilisk is like Bigfoot. Like, people see it all the time. But it has been spotted in a nearby hex. Let me do a quick roll here. Yeah, you don't need to roll for it. You just know. You've seen it. It's been seen in H0604, which is 2 spots down from here. And it's that it's like Bigfoot. People see it all the time, but it's never really been found. But it is a mandate ship, and that would have a lot of really valuable tech. There's a couple of other simple missions. There's a courier mission, which is some rich socialite has posted something on Craigslist or Spacelist, asking for transport of him and some goods. There's another posting on Spacelist about looking for some private investigators. So you can think about those missions. We'll go over them again next time, and you'll be able to pick one. You have been paid. Congratulations. 50,000 credits.
I'm rich.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Ish.
Everyone gets 6,250 credits. Ship account gets 25K.
And I think, make sure you mark off another 6 times 4 people days worth of rations and your last fuel. So you are out of fuel. You'll have to pay for some fuel or scoop it. And it is presently, so you made that mission on time, no problem. 19 days. Is that 31? So that's going to be minus 7. It's 10. So it's the 10th of September. I don't know if you know the faction turn. I didn't plan that very well. 10th of... So you should mark down somewhere on that sheet the date, by the way, Tim.
I am.
Okay. It's the 10th of September, 32:59. Yeah, so next time we'll go over the missions, and you'll be able to pick up a mission. They pay different amounts based on the mission. I have that all written down already. And I think Ziggy also gets an email from his brother, just saying, hey, it was great to see you. You should stop by more often. You never call me. Winky smiley face / Hans.
You probably put an emoticon dick in there.
He absolutely
Just in the little old tildes.
absolutely did. There's just it wasn't even like a little emoticon one. He actually did the full ASCII art dick just for you. He took the time. Man. So that was the first session of Stars Without Number. I hope you all had fun.
I did.
If you do not have belief, instincts, and goals, I didn't talk about them at the beginning. I should have. You can have them. You have 1 plus your level plus 2 slots, and you can have a belief, which is something like I like pie or I like brownies. I believe an ancient alien race are gods. That's also a belief you can have. Whenever those beliefs get you into trouble. So, for instance, I like brownies, and someone takes your brownie, and you get so angry about it that you punch him and start a fight. That gets you XP. It'll get you some amount of XP between about 50 and 500, depending on how much trouble it gets you in. So that could be a good way to get some just sort of constant XP, constant opportunities for XP. You can also act against beliefs. You don't have to go with your beliefs. You can willingly restrict yourself. But when you do, you mark a check next to the belief, and if you get 3 checks, you have to change it. Or at least you don't have that belief as strongly anymore. Instincts are things that your character just does. So for instance, I never go anywhere unarmed is a really common instinct that people take. It means that unless I explicitly tell you you have been disarmed or you are not taking, or vice versa, you tell me I am not taking my gun, you have a gun with you no matter where you go, period. It's always at your ready. The other one might be if there's an opportunity to make money, I'll take it. And in that case, if you act with that goal, it's more like a belief almost, and you'll probably get XP for that. But you also always be aware of opportunities to make money. You're just, sort of preternaturally looking out for the get-rich-quick scheme. And then goals are the big one, right? So those are going to they're going to be rated on a trivial, normal, difficult, or impossible scale. And there's some scaling to XP. So a trivial goal will get you 10 to 100 XP. A normal goal will get you 100 to 1,000 XP, and a difficult goal will get you somewhere between 1,000, 10,000. Impossible is 10,000 plus. And then when you complete a goal, you get all the XP right then. You level up right then. You get new skills right then. And yeah, you're good to go. You won't know exactly how much XP it is, but I'll tell you whether it's trivial, difficult, normal.
Does the system allow for partial credit for progress towards a big impossible goal? For example, my character would want to research and learn more about pre-tech.
So so it doesn't allow for partial credit, but you can make your goal smaller and incremental, and you can change it as you will. Like you can change it every session. You'll have an opportunity to change it. Just let me know.
Right.
So, for instance, actually getting research new technology, totally good goal. That's a great goal, and you can have it as many times as you want. You don't have to complete it and then never have it again. And yeah, so I want to research new sci-tech. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you have an opportunity to research it. That means going to a library and reading about it. It means talking to a sci-tech researcher. It means however you can justify it. So you can kind of argue for it, and unless it's really out there, I'll probably give it to you. I would say that goal in particular is probably a normal goal because it's not totally easy to do, but it's not super hard to do.
Well, right, but there's an impossible goal that I've had in mind ever since I conceptualized the character, and that's that the pre-tech, the source of pre-tech is still incredibly dangerous and volatile, and there's nobody that knows that. I want to know it.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. That's a great goal. That is definitely an impossible goal. It's really hard to do. But
Right.
You can break that down a little bit. I want to research. I want to find more sci-tech to make my research easier. Finding sci-tech might be a difficult goal because it's rare. But you can, actively work your contacts and work your academic contacts and so on to try to find places where sci-tech might be.
Okay.
Yeah.
The big system.
I set a goal to obtain more space brownies with less dirt, and I accomplished that.
Did you really set that?
I did.
Did you really set that before the session started? Come on.
No, not before the session started.
All right. You also have too many goals. You should only have beliefs, instincts, and goals. Right now, you can have 3. Next level, you can have 4, and it'll grow with each time. So I think that goal is probably not okay. That is also a trivial goal. So, yeah.
You can have 3 XP.
Yeah,
I did set one to get off my original planet without the mob finding me.
I actually didn't read it, so I never had an opportunity to
I forgot about the
try to
goals.
find you.
I didn't know
Have
that's
them
what
set.
we were doing for XP. Thought we were
Me
getting a
neither.
set.
It wasn't gone over at the beginning of the session.
Yeah, I screwed up. That was my bad. So it's all right. There's, you know what? Fine. I screwed up. I'm gonna give you XP because I screwed up, and you didn't have an opportunity to set these things beforehand. So I'm gonna give you all 300 XP for doing that mission.
Cool.
You can mark that down. And yeah, so I didn't try to have the mob find you. So I don't know if the mob found you. Can you please roll a luck save, Patrick? Oh, I didn't have a situation for that. I don't know who the tie goes to.
Flip a coin?
No, hold on. I'm not going to make him re-roll it because I know there's rules for this. Saves. Skill checks. Saves, man, saves. There's no coin flip here. There are rules for this. I think equality goes to the bad side. And moreover, I want equality to go to the bad side because I think it's more interesting. So I'm going to look it up. But yeah, so go ahead and read over the belief, instinct, and goals thing. You got 300 XP because I screwed up this round, but future rounds will use this system. I think you'll like it a lot because you can kind of set it up to get yourself experience from a few different locations, as well as having these bigger goals. And instincts are very handy because you can say, I always have this thing on me. I always have my phone on me. There are cases where I'm like, oh yeah, you don't have your phone on you, roll a luck check. Oh yeah, you passed your luck check, good job, you managed to keep your phone on you, but otherwise you're screwed. But if you have that instinct, I can't take it away. So.
All right.
I'll tell you what, Butch. Oh, here it is. Saving throws and hazards. Character saving throw scores depend on his or her class and experience level given charge. If the result is equal to or greater than the relevant, it's a success. You did get off your planet. I would say that was a normal goal. I'm going to give you 200 experience for it.
Sweet.
Because I did see that before we started the session. So there you go. You can mark off that goal. And replace it with a new thing. All right. Thanks, everybody.